podcast.
It's a new year.
Yeah,
Which means a new
2020.
It's a new
podcast.
decade.
It's it's new year, new me, right?
Exactly. So we'll start out by complaining about last year's 100 NFL list.
Last year's list. Okay, Dad.
So, the list is composed of old people, and I don't think there's enough modern representation. I think there should be players that vote alongside all these old boomers that are voting for it. Like, for example, yep, I think there should be like a J.J. Watt, a Von Miller, a Larry Fitzgerald. People who've been in the league, they're still in the league, so they can still represent the current day product instead of people like Dan Shula who haven't been in the league and don't know what's necessarily the best is now, and they're more so the best of the past.
I could see them not doing active players, but they should have made a portion of the board like retired within 5 years.
Ed
players.
Reed would have been a great one for this.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
you could have Joe Thomas talk about offensive linemen, Ed Reed,
Right.
Your son.
Steve Smith Sr. could talk about wide receivers. A lot
And
of
Steven Seager would be like, he asked. That'd do pretty good, though.
Like don't get me wrong. Like some of the old players on this on the roster do deserve to be on there.
Right.
But like I feel like I agree. There's just so much to where it's like, okay, we're seeing some of the best talent we've ever seen in the NFL right now over the last 20 years. So that I feel like we just can't knock him on lists just because they're too modern. Doesn't make them any less great. Like Von Miller should, because Von Miller's not on this list, is he?
No, I
Yeah,
don't think so.
Von Miller should be on this list. You know, and there's some that I agree. Like Johnny Unitas should be one of the QBs because Johnny Unitas was so ahead of his time. I totally get it, but not having Drew Brees, who has broken every single major passing
from
category,
a quarterback standpoint,
that's
he's the greatest
great.
quarterback.
Right, exactly, and that is crazy.
Like, Sammy Baugh should not have made it over
Drew Brees.
Again, Sammy Baugh played in a time where quarterbacks were still kind of getting in their own, but Drew Brees is miles.
When you are ahead of every passing category, like you just can't. I don't know. When you're statistically the best QB of all time, like straight up, he's statistically Drew Brees is the best.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just not have him on the list.
Yeah, exactly. All because Sammy Baugh, quote, revolutionized what it meant to be a quarterback. Don't get me wrong, that's awesome and all, but like from a quarterback,
Drew Brees also revolutionized
Yeah.
the way you're a quarterback with how many everything he's done. Yeah,
exactly.
Right. Like I for the most part, I didn't have a major problem. I had problems with Sammy Baugh. That was the big one, and honestly, that's probably it. I agreed with most of the quarterback, which is the first time I actually agreed with most of it. But still, it's like, okay, you gotta... Because I have no problem with Otto Graham being there. Again, should Drew Brees be over him too? Yes. But Sammy Baugh shouldn't have been on the list at all. No disrespect to Sammy Baugh if he is...
Yeah.
Is he even alive?
No, I think he died.
Oh, then he's probably not listening. Sad days.
Probably not.
I don't think Sammy Baugh would be listening anyways. He's too big of a boomer.
And just to throw this out, we're thoughts are with David Stern's family.
Yeah.
Died today at the age of 77?
Yeah, something like
77.
that.
Right.
He really revolutionized. NFL. There wouldn't be an NBA. There wouldn't be an NBA without him.
No, without him, the NBA would not be as global as it is. It would not be the same. He made some very questionable decisions in his time as commissioner.
Blocked CP3 to Los Angeles.
Right, and all that stuff. He's done a lot of questionable things, but for the most part, he's done such a great thing for the game of basketball. It's like I said, it's the way it is because of him.
Yeah,
so
he embraced the commissioner role. Like, he loved the NBA. Like, the fans, I should say. Like,
he truly genuinely cared about this. Adam Silver, the NBA has been so successful with great commissioners because Adam Silver's an awesome.
Yeah.
Adam Silver's probably the best commissioner in sports right now.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody I was surprised, different position that was left off the list, was Terrell Owens was not one of the wide receivers.
That was
that's bogus.
Terrell Owens is top 3 in every receiving category with Moss and Jay Rice. You could honestly put him you could put Rice, Moss, and Terrell Owens as the 3rd best receiver of all time.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I 1,000% agree.
And the only reason he didn't make the list is because all the boomers don't like his attitude.
Right.
100% why he didn't make the list.
Right, and he didn't show up for his Hall of Fame speech and all that.
100% because of attitude, which is bullshit.
Well, yeah, which is stupid. I agree.
Running backs for me was kind of disappointing. Not necessarily not mad, but I'm kind of disappointed.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Because no modern running backs made it. Marshawn Lynch didn't make it. Adrian Peterson didn't make it.
That was
Frank
my
Gore didn't
biggest
make it.
one. How does Adrian Peterson not make it?
Like
Right.
Paul Brown, or sorry, not Paul Brown.
Yeah, Paul Brown should, Jim Brown should definitely make it.
Yeah, Jim Brown made it, which he deserves to. Earl Campbell, you could argue Adrian Peterson should be over him.
Yeah, you could.
Earl Clark.
I'm sorry, but I've never heard of him until you made
Makes
the
it
list.
over Adrian Peterson. Eric Dickerson deserves his spot.
Damn right.
Earl Clark only played 6 seasons. 31 to 32 and then 34 to 38.
Yeah, exactly. Lenny Moore.
He took a break.
Marion Motley.
Who?
Okay, I said this to you guys. Marion Motley was actually probably the most underrated running back to ever play the game. Marion Motley's really good. But again, over Adrian Peterson, that is very tough.
Yeah.
But see, then it's like Walter Payton deserves it, Barry Sanders deserves it.
Yeah.
Gale Sanders.
Gale Sayers.
Yeah, Gale Sayers.
Definitely
again,
should.
Yeah, like I said, that's the thing. I'm not mad at this list. I'm disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's kind of how I viewed a lot of it. I was just disappointed because it's like...
Because it's no modern player.
I took
which
it
is
with a grain of salt.
unfair.
Like, this isn't actually...
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm expecting the 125 list
I'm
to
just
hopefully be full
like
of
the
you
only
guys.
thing, like the main thing, not the main thing, but one of the things I was minorly upset with going back to quarterbacks is they technically ranked Joe Montana over Tom Brady.
Well, they didn't do it in order.
They just
Yeah.
revealed Joe Montana first.
One of the running backs, the Steve Van Buren, he played from 44-51 but only had 5,800 rushing yards.
Yeah.
And he went over Adrian Peterson.
Okay.
Again, but back in the day when he played,
That's true.
it was looked at a
And
lot
the thing
Well,
is-
but
differently.
in that time you just ran.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like,
See, but then
you should be able to get more yards because
then
you
even,
only
like,
ran.
another guys like LaDainian Tomlinson didn't make this list. LaDainian Tomlinson's one of the most complete backs ever. Like, he was
Right.
insane. Like, he easily should have made it. He revolutionized being a receiving back before it was big, you know? Like,
Well,
and he was a feared
Marshall
runner.
Falk was an even better receiving
Yeah,
back.
exactly. Like, Marshall
yeah.
Falk didn't make the list.
I'd like to see the exact criteria that these people used to choose.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, like because I guarantee there had to have been some personal stuff in there for him.
Right.
I don't know.
Because if I could see what criteria they used,
I could
I'd be
maybe
a lot more
understand it
open
more.
to this list.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. Like, obviously you can't just make a list of, like, the top 5 rushing leaders because rushing for 1,800 yards wasn't really a thing.
Right.
You know, or passing yards, same thing. Like, I understand you can't just do all the modern players because they have the yards, but you can't just put all the old players because they, quote, revolutionize the game. Like,
Right.
you
Like,
know?
because I see you got to put old play because this is 100 years of NFL. You got a
Yeah,
lot of
right.
stuff to cover.
I think
Yeah.
you should have somebody from every decade because they had 10 positions
See, why don't you just do?
or 10 people.
Why don't you just do 5 from all? Like 5 from
Pre-1970.
just do 5 pre-Super Bowl era, 5
Yeah.
post-Super Bowl era.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's enough years because obviously because barely half of the NFL has been, Super Bowl era because
Yeah.
this will be Super Bowl 54 this year. 54, yes.
Yes. Yeah, it'd be 54.
So yeah, so 54 out of the 100 years have been posted. There's enough time to go from
Yeah.
Right, because in
Yeah.
the beginning, everybody's going to revolutionize the game. Every new guy that has something different to play.
Right, exactly.
So,
Well, let's say that some of these modern players haven't revolutionized the game.
yeah.
Who's
Oh,
to say
shit.
that?
In
Tua-
10 years, we'll be like, yeah.
Sorry, not to break this up, but Tua Tagovailoa is pulling a LeBron. He's making a decision on the 6th.
Yep,
Yep.
he's gonna stay, and that's gonna be the
I think
dumbest thing
he's-
he could ever do.
I think he's staying too. I don't know why he's staying, but
I don't know,
I just
because
have that feeling he is.
He's literally gonna do nothing but hurt his draft stock and lose so
Well,
much
he
money.
might get hurt again.
He might get hurt
because he
again.
knows he's gonna have to compete against Ryan Fitzmagic for that starting.
Oh,
job.
right. That's exactly, yeah, for sure.
I could see him
I'm just
declaring for
No,
the
I-
draft.
But
I
if he
think
doesn't declare for the draft this year, he's going to have to compete against Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if Tua does not come out, if he goes in the next year's draft, he'll not even be a top 10 pick, straight up. Because
Well,
He may not be a top 10 pick this year.
he's not projected to be
No.
top 10 this year either.
No, he is. I've mock drafts I still have him going to Miami. At least recent ones I've seen, like from Todd McShay and stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get back to the NFL.
Yeah, we'll get back to it. So, there's a couple coaches going around. They're losing their
Yeah.
jobs. Freddie
Yeah,
Kitchens, Jay Gruden during the season, Ron Rivera during the season, Pat Schumer, he lost his job for the Giants.
Did you know Hugh Jackson was the Browns' longest tenured coach of the decade?
Isn't that crazy?
1-31, and
Yeah.
he was the longest tenured coach.
The Browns need to pump the brakes a little bit on changing up their entire staff every
Right.
single year
I
because it
agree.
doesn't work.
Well,
Well,
they should have just never hired Freddie
I
Kitchens.
think
as
getting
Well,
rid of
I
Freddie
agree.
Kitchens is the right move, but
No, they should have kept. Who was their interim head coach? They had for a little bit there last year that everybody really liked.
I think that was Freddie Kitchens.
No, because
No, because they brought Freddie Kitchens in the offseason.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about though. Their interim coach, who they almost made the playoffs with.
yeah, and then they're like, everybody thought he was gonna get the jobs, but they brought in Freddie Kitchens all of a sudden.
Right, and I hated that hire to begin with, and I knew this was gonna happen, and
The Browns couldn't live up to the hype because they had no coach.
yeah.
Essentially.
But also, I think their players are so egotistical. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like Baker, I'm about to. Again, I even said I will give Baker Mayfield one more year with a good head coach, but I'm about ready to label him a bust.
Well, the Browns also cut their who was it? John Dorsey,
Yeah,
John
they're
Dorsey is
the
GM.
GM. I would probably
So now they're just literally gonna put their whole front office
Yeah.
basically from scratch.
again.
It's gonna be a mess. They're not gonna be good next year either.
Nope. And then they're gonna be bad again, and then people are gonna say that they shouldn't have traded for all these players, and that
Well, and all these,
Um,
a couple of these,
Baker Mayfield's a bust, and then they're gonna cut Baker Mayfield, and they're gonna cut all these people, and just gonna.
right?
Yeah.
But these
And
players
they're
are
probably
also
going to trade
going
away
out.
OBJ.
Like if you
Oh,
look
they're
at
going. Yeah, they're absolutely. going
OBJ
to.
and Jarvis have both basically said they don't want to be there.
Which is crazy.
But Jarvis Landry's been like
They want
their
to be.
best receiver.
They want to be together, but they
Yeah.
don't want to be together
in Cleveland.
in Cleveland because of everything going on. Even Baker has talked about how the coaching has affected everything and how he doesn't want to be there for a team where he's
the
not
whole
gonna have a
reason why they
coach.
brought in Freddie Kitchens is because Baker liked him.
Right.
Which I totally get. Like you need to find the QB that the coaching QB combo, but at what extent? Like I don't know.
Like, I mean, if you look at like the Packers, Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers like hated each other's guts at the start of the season.
But notice how they're not going to win a Super Bowl though.
Well, yeah.
We're still an improvement over last year, though.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
There's pretty much only
But they're
five teams
but
that
straight
have
up
a
though,
chance to
I mean,
win the Super
and I
Bowl
say this.
year.
We'll get to that in a minute.
I say this as nice as possible. They're probably the most overhyped number 2 seed ever. Like
I
to
love
get a
that.
bye week.
I love that. We'll get to it in a minute here.
Yes.
We got
Sorry.
finished with these coaches.
I apologize.
So we have a couple on the hot seats. We're not sure if they're gone yet. First one, Jason Garrett of the Cowboys. It seems like he's going to be gone.
You have some inside source on that.
I was talking to someone who his sister allegedly. I know this isn't a good.
No,
source,
I'm completely
but
kidding.
It's
but
apparently somebody who works with the Cowboys and eats breakfast with them and talks to them thinks Jason Garrett's going to stay. I don't know if that's true or not.
yeah, no, I'm completely kidding. Like it's not a
No,
reliable
he's
source.
not going to be gone.
I could almost see like because Jerry Jones obviously likes Jason
They're
Garrett,
having such
but
a problem just giving him up. Like, see you later.
I feel like he might just get demoted.
Ooh.
See,
Like,
and
that could
there's
be
a
a hot
problem.
take.
I don't think he would.
Do you think he'd be okay with that?
No.
No.
Or he could end up somewhere on Jerry Jones' like just personal assistant staff.
Yeah, again, no, he won't take that. He'd rather just be a head coach. He'd be like, no,
Yeah.
just straight up, don't re-sign me.
Yeah, but he's not going to be a head coach anywhere because we've all seen how that turns out.
I
There's
think-
a division
don't get-
rival who just fired their coach.
That's facts.
Maybe who moves to the Giants.
Maybe. Because you can say you want, but he still has multiple division titles, multiple playoff
Right.
appearances.
There's another divisional rival who did just sign a coach, Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
5 years.
I think Ron Rivera made an awful decision to go to the
100%
Redskins.
agree.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
That was a
I said
terrible decision.
He'll be gone in 2 years
He
because
just-
he can't work with that.
Exactly.
This.
It won't be his fault.
No, it won't be.
But he will just. It's just not. It just won't work.
I think he just took the first job he could
Exactly. He should have just waited because
Yeah.
other teams were going to offer him something.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if Jason Garrett goes and the Cowboys would have offered him that job.
get. Right.
Exactly.
And-
Oh,
Ron Rivera on the that would be.
that'd be
The
that,
Cowboys would be a dominant
But
force.
like also
actually.
imagine like Ron Rivera on the Browns.
I think that
I
would
would
be
have
interesting.
hated that. I think it'd be a different concept. and I think they finally have a coach that's gonna be
The-
semi-successful.
Well, the biggest thing is like Ron Rivera is a guy who's not going to give a crap who you are. So like I think he'd be good for that young team that has a lot of ego, because Ron Rivera would be like, sit down, shut up, I am talking.
And I think that's kind of why the Redskins reached out to him a lot.
What the problem is,
But the Redskins don't have an ego problem; they just have a talent problem.
Yeah.
Well, they also their talent's young, where they do have talent.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Except for Ryan Kerrigan, but
I don't know what I've seen from that team. The only talented player on that team right now is Terry McLaurin. That's
who's
scary
young?
too. Yes, but that's it. You can't say, "Oh, this team is young talent." No, they only have one player. That's not young talent. That's a talented young player.
Hey, Alex Smith will come back.
No, and he's not young anymore.
I will say the one thing I do 100% of the reason I don't see this working is Dan Snyder and Ron Rivera will not work together.
I agree with that.
Not at
It
all.
won't work because that's why Jay Gruden got fired.
Yep.
It's because he didn't like. Well, it's because he didn't like the team that Dan Schneider wanted, so he
Right.
wouldn't coach that way.
Right.
Like,
He
Gruden
wanted
did-
to be his own coach,
Yeah.
not.
Gruden
the
didn't
coach
want
for-
Dwayne Haskins or
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson, but Dan Snyder's like, nope,
Nope.
you're gonna
that's
do
who
it.
You're getting.
Yeah, that's who you're getting.
Hope you like it.
No.
But honestly, like Adrian Peterson's not a bad move. Dwayne
No.
Haskins, on the other hand,
Well,
No,
the
here's
Dwayne
the
Haskins
thing. No.
might not have been a bad move, but it's just not.
It's not what
Would have been
Gruden wanted.
his move.
That's why Gruden sat Peterson to start the year for the first 4 games as a healthy scratch because he didn't want him. But yeah, like I said, I don't see Riviera staying for more than 2 years.
Yeah,
No,
it was a
Rivera.
very bad decision on Ron Rivera's part. Good
So-
hire by the Redskins.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it can turn out,
Very
it'd be
successful
great,
for
but I
the
just
Redskins.
don't see it.
Yeah, no, Redskins, good hire, but
Yeah.
bad decision on Ron Rivera's part.
Yeah. Ethan, you have an insider.
Okay, from what I've been seeing is depending on what this offseason looks like, depending on what the Vikings decide to do, they could can their entire front office and everything. Their OCs are gone because Kevin Stefanski, it's reported that he's going to get a head coaching job
That's
in the
I heard too.
offseason. Mike Zimmer is supposedly on the hot seat. It's not one of those things where they're necessarily pissed, but it's going to be a mutual thing where we just need a new coach
Right.
because it's not working with
but
our
what
team.
if Stefanski ends up being the head coach for the Vikings?
I just don't see it. He'll get a better offer somewhere else. But then even I've heard Rick Spielman's on the hot seat too. Like our GM, he'll be gone, which sucks because he's a
Right.
great general manager.
Right.
I heard Gary Kubiak might want to explore being a head coach again.
It'd be awesome if the Vikings could get him.
I don't think
Gary
Gary
Kubiak
Kubiak will be a head coach
Cleveland?
because he retired for medical reasons. So I don't see him wanting to go out for that full position
Yeah.
again. But
Well,
I mean,
he does great in what he does now with the
Yeah.
Vikings. He's just he's not the OC, he's the offensive.
manager guy, yeah.
Yeah, he oversees the offense and stuff and helps the team. Yeah, but yeah. So I don't know. I honestly,
I will say this though about Kevin Stefanski. I don't know if he'd be a good coach for that regard because Kubiak is not the offensive coordinator, put air quotes around that. But
yeah.
he probably has just as, if not more of an important say of the offense than Kevin Stefanski.
100%. That's why Dalvin Cook had the year he had.
Yeah,
Because
that's why I
told
don't think
the
Kevin
Vikings to
Stefanski
run.
would be that good of a head coach because I don't think all that was on him. Because even when he was the OC last year, midway through the year, the offense still couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
All right,
100%.
all right. Plot twist: Vikings can Mike Zimmer. Mike McCarthy becomes the Vikings' new head coach just to,
Ooh.
just to
Oh,
fuck up the Packers.
The funniest thing,
The Mike to Mike connection.
there's something about that name. Before, I think it was the 2016 season, there was never a coach named Matt. I don't know if it was the NFL, but there's 3 Matt head coaches in the NFC North.
Nagy,
LaFleur.
Matt
LaFleur.
Patricia and
And
Matt
Matt
LaFleur. What the
They're
fuck?
all Matt,
That's so
Damn.
weird.
right?
So yeah, you got
So
you
the
got
Vikings need to go after a Matt.
So if you think about it, the NFC North is the only division where all their coaches start with M.
Yeah.
See,
That's such a-
and that's why they got to fire Mike Zimmer. That's the real reason they want to fire Mike Zimmer. They want to fit in with
change
all
it
it.
up.
but
they
if they
just
get Mike
replaced-
McCarthy,
just
then
replaced Mike Zimmer with Mike McCarthy.
Oh,
Mike
true.
Actually,
They got to
though,
get
Mike
Matt.
McCarthy to Cleveland though.
Nah.
Mike McCarthy's actually his career record isn't that bad, and is a Super Bowl win.
Yeah, no, I think Mike McCarthy would be a really good hire for Cleveland.
See, I think really what Cleveland needs is they need somebody who is veteran, has won, has been there
Exactly.
before.
He needs
They
someone.
need somebody who's been there before.
Right.
Someone who's not even just that. Someone who's gonna. I agree with that. Someone who's just gonna grab the bull by the horns and be like, "All right, you guys need to shut the hell up. I'm your head coach. You're going to listen to what I say. I don't care how talented or how young you guys are. I am not letting you guys run this show. I don't
Right.
care. I don't care, Baker, what you've done. And you know what? And I hate to say it, but I think they also need a head coach that's going to talk to the GM. They need a GM and a coach to really sit down and consider Baker's the future. I think they really do.
And not just Baker, but their whole team.
Their whole
What are
team,
they
exactly.
doing?
Like, I think they need to really just someone who's not afraid to be like, listen, we know this team is talented, but is this what we need?
Right,
No.
like right now, what they've had is
Right, like is Baker the right fit?
right.
Do we need to trade Myles Garrett to get just better assets or just
Right.
whatever? Like those tough decisions that not a lot of teams would like to make. One that maybe, my Rams are probably need to do, part ways with some players, but that's what you got to do to be a better football team.
Yeah.
And with that, with all the future player transactions that goes on in the NFL, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. To
NFL
find
season's
that.
about to be wild.
That breaking news is going to be coming at you quick.
And maybe some rumors.
Yeah, at SighSquadPod.
Exactly. Don't
forget to
don't
follow
want to
us.
miss out.
We went over 100 Instagram followers. If we can get to 500 by the end of the month, we'll give a prize away.
At the end of the month.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
500.
Took us a year. It took us over a year to
Exactly.
get 100.
Hey, we're
we
getting
gotta get the ball
Hey,
rolling.
we got 30
Exactly.
days.
Hey, I had 3 friends follow this podcast, so
There's I mean, if they each make 10 profiles and follow us, I mean,
exactly.
We're not going to go Kevin Durant route and make burner accounts.
I think we should. Hey guys, you following the SighSquadPod? Like, who are you?
Wrong burner
Right.
account.
Well, let's get to the playoffs. So, the playoff picture sits. It's
Yes.
official. It starts this
Oh,
Saturday.
It's gonna be such a good playoff. I
In
think.
the NFC, we have the is the Saints hosting the Vikings?
Yeah.
Yes,
sir.
Saints hosting the
Yep.
Vikings, and then the Eagles hosting the Steelers.
The
Seahawks.
Seahawks, not Steelers.
Seahawks hosting the Eagles.
No,
Oh,
No,
really?
Eagles
Eagles
hosting
host
hosting.
the Seahawks.
Eagles
Oh, yeah.
Should be
That
the
was
other way
close.
around.
Yeah, sorry.
but
So,
And then
oh yeah, in the AFC we have.
the Bills
Bills
at the
at
Texans,
Texans,
and
and then
Titans
Titans
at
at
Patriots.
I was watching some prediction thing today, and I watched 4 or 5 of them, and all 4 or 5 of them had the same 4 teams in the 2 championship rounds.
I believe it.
All of them had the NFC Championship becoming the Saints Niners, and all of them had the AFC being the Chiefs Ravens.
that's what I have this year.
I think
Oh,
that's
spoilers.
what most people have.
Yeah.
I think this year you can definitely see where the talent steps up, like in terms of seeding.
Right.
But all of them picked a different Super Bowl winner.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Are we gonna
Yeah.
announce our Super Bowl winners right now? Or are we just gonna
Uh,
the suspense?
We're going to take it week by week.
Okay.
I mean, if we want to be like, hey, I think that it's gonna be the Ravens or the Saints winning the Super Bowl.
well,
go right
I feel
ahead.
like we should we should make a prediction now and then make a prediction once it gets
as
there.
it gets
Okay.
there.
Yeah, like
Well, we
each
can't-
week we should relook at our predictions.
Well, I think we should do it
Alright.
now and then before
Let's
the Super
just on a count of 3, just say your Super Bowl champion. Just straight up, and then we'll go back. Because obviously, if we know who's gonna win the Super Bowl, like if we pick our Super Bowl winner, we're gonna pick them to win everything every round anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, Brendan, who's your Super Bowl pick?
49ers.
Ethan,
Ravens.
Saints.
Duncan.
Saints, I guess.
I have Kansas City winning it.
We almost
Just
all
kidding.
have it.
Packers win the Super Bowl.
Boo.
Just kidding. Patriots lose the Super Bowl.
I go with the Ravens, but I feel like the Ravens are gonna choke.
I just don't know. I just don't see
I
how
don't
you
want
prove
it to happen, but I just have. I don't. It's
I
just
think
a
Patrick
gut
Mahomes- I think
feeling.
I think Patrick. Little fun thing here. I think Patrick Mahomes is gonna be to Lamar what Tom Brady was to Peyton Manning. That's what I think.
Well, I mean, if you look at the regular season, the Chiefs actually did beat the Ravens. earlier
Patrick
in
Mahomes
the
has never lost to the Ravens. Lamar's played good, but hasn't beat them.
But see, what you guys don't know is going to happen is the Saints beat the Vikings in the wild card. The Saints roll up to Lambeau in January. Aaron Rodgers stuns them all and wins.
Well,
I
everything's still
honestly
in
could.
January.
The thing is, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not favoring the Saints losing to the Packers, but I could see the Packers beating.
Oh, I
I
could
really-
too.
You know, it'd be really
Like
crazy.
in a realistic
You already
sense.
know that crowd in Lambeau's gonna be hyped. It's been a while since
Oh,
they've
yeah.
had playoff football there.
I'm really hoping
It's gonna be
that Tom
outdoors.
Brady.
Outdoors in Lambeau in
Snowing.
January, it's gonna be cold.
My only hope is that Tom Brady looks like playoff Tom Brady
Nope.
and not
You
Nah,
Jared-
not happening.
I
You
think
put
he's
Jared
He
Stidham
gets sacked 3.5 times against the Titans and they lose.
I think he's gonna. Yeah, I think the Titans are gonna beat the Patriots.
No, I really think no matter the outcome of that game, I really think it's going to be a low-scoring game. But we'll get to that later.
Do you guys want to go into pick'ems right now?
Oh.
One other thing in the NFL that we forgot to talk about is Antonio Brown might join the Saints, which would be fucking crazy.
No, I heard it was a publicity stunt.
It was?
Yeah,
That's
so
what
it's not
Antonio
happening.
Brown
That's
said.
Antonio Brown's. It's just a publicity stunt.
Okay.
So,
Here's the thing. So Antonio, the Saints did invite him. The Saints did want him. The Saints told him not to bring his own crew, not to bring a camera.
And what did he do? He brought his own fucking crew and
camera. He did the exact same thing that Cap did, except for he had to practice at the Saints facility.
God, imagine being a dumbass and ruining your whole NFL career, and we just... Oh, wait, never mind. I don't want to spoil anything, but...
Right? Poor guy.
That would be a scary wide receiver team.
Oh, I was thinking... The
It would
Seahawks
not-
already brought back Marshawn Lynch. What if they brought in for just another threat? What if they brought in Des Bryant real quick?
Just for a hot
Bryant's still
minute.
injured.
Yeah,
Is he now?
I thought he
He
was
hasn't
okay.
played all year.
Yeah, but
I think he's still
when he
injured.
tore his Achilles, it was almost playoff time anyway. And he tore his Achilles. That's a hard injury to
Yeah.
come back from.
Yeah.
I heard he was like, he could
Because
go if he wanted to.
I thought he was talking about coming back in like week 8.
He was talking towards the end of the season. That's what I heard, and that's what I was thinking. The Seahawks,
But at
they
that
have
rate,
the balls to bring back a guy that they, like Marshawn Lynch, who only had like 40 yards.
but
If
what
they're gonna do that, might as well go full.
if they're gonna do that though? Why not go for T.O.? T.O. still talks shit, saying he can still play just as good as everybody
add
else.
any more people now that the regular season's over.
Yeah, I don't think you can get anybody.
You can sign free agents in the
Can
postseason.
you?
I
yes,
thought
you can.
so.
Somebody
I
Google
don't
it.
know.
Well, I feel like
I
there
do
probably
remember.
is rules and set where you can't make official roster changes, but like if 4 of your receivers get hurt and you only have 5, like
They couldn't do it for wild card weekend.
you can't just be like, well, you get 1 receiver and then your offensive tackles are your receivers now.
Jeez.
Real quick, let's go over to overrated underdog. It's on here. So, who do you think is overrated in this playoffs besides the Packers? Because I think the Packers are overrated.
Well,
I-
and that's-
Overrated? I'm gonna say the Chiefs are overrated.
Why?
I want to agree with that, but the Chiefs have been playing differently recently.
Their defense
Their
is so
defense
much improved. As
stepped
much as you
up.
don't want to admit
I
it, the
don't
Chiefs'
wanna say
defense
it.
has been one of the best defense units in the last 10 weeks. I'm not even just saying that. They have been a much better unit defensively.
Okay, the Texans.
Did you know?
Yes, I agree.
I agree.
Do you know the Bengals have the same number of 30-point games as the Seahawks this year?
I believe it. The Seahawks.
Only have 2 games where they scored more than 30 points. The same
I
with
think
the Bengals.
Seattle's an overrated team.
I
I said it week 1. I will say it now. I think Seattle's an overrated football team.
I think
You
they're.
changed your mind for a little bit in the middle.
So
No, I said they were
think-
good, but I still thought they were overrated.
I think they're overrated, but could be seen as underrated.
Right, because they have no. I don't think they're underrated at all.
I actually kind of agree with that. I could see them being either or, but I lean more towards overrated.
No,
Yeah.
I straight up think they're overrated.
I think they're either overrated
Their
or they're
defense
rated
is in
right.
the bottom half of the league. They only have Russell Wilson on offense now. They're overrated.
See, but here's my thing, and the reason why I feel like they could feel that underrated is because everybody says they're so overrated, but then they go out and prove that they are a good football team. You know,
Well, that's not really underrated. That's just them being a good football team.
But you know, like people like saying they're like to the point of being overrated, where like they just don't have really
Right, I
chance to make a
guess.
playoff run.
I don't think you can consider them underrated, but I feel like there's a lot of unnecessary doubt.
Stop
towards
it. Stop.
The
Shut
San
your dirt.
Francisco
Oh,
49ers
they're going to say the Patriots.
because they went 3-3 with their last.
Well, I thought he
6
was going to say the
weeks.
Patriots were underrated. And I was like, no, shut your dirty mouth up.
No, if anything, the Patriots are overrated.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry for the
Like-
verbal attack.
Like, if the Bills beat the Texans, and then the Bills somehow beat, like, the Ravens, and the Patriots can somehow win out, that's, like, the only way the Patriots make the Super Bowl this year.
Okay, my really big hot take is the 49ers being slightly overrated.
I would agree.
That's a hot take.
Because the thing is I could easily see at least 2, if not 3, of the other NFC teams beating the 49ers.
Sorry, the statistic is they're 4-3 since week 10.
Right, but if that in that case though, because the NFC is just so sad, I could say that about New Orleans. I could say that about Seattle and Green Bay because I think the NFC is just so wide open.
I think as long as San Fran doesn't have to play a bird team, they're fine. But
Yeah, I think-
they're going to have to play a bird team no matter what. Because I think seeding works. Whoever wins Eagles Seahawks has to play.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
No, because they're the first seed. No.
Yeah, because Vikings are the
Oh,
sixth
that's
seed.
true with the Vikings.
The Saints aren't going to roll up in Lambeau.
No, they're actually going to beat the Vikings.
They're gonna beat Minnesota.
But
The Saints are the 3 seeds, so the Saints would play
It would
the
determine.
Packers, and whoever the other winner will play the.
Did you see Cam Jordan
never
called
mind.
out Kirk
no,
Cousins?
so then the
I didn't
Niners
see that.
literally
I
have to
didn't see
play
it.
a bird team.
Kinda funny.
Yeah.
And against bird teams this year, they're 1-3.
Interesting little statistic.
Yeah.
Or well, because they lost to the Seahawks and they lost to the Falcons.
Real quick,
They're
let's
other-
And they lost to the Ravens.
And they lost to
Oh
the
yeah,
Ravens.
huh? Whoa.
So but they beat the Seahawks the second time around.
Ooh.
But they shouldn't have. There was a bullshit no PI
Okay,
call.
no, San Francisco definitely deserved to win that
San
game.
Francisco kind of like owned the first half and then
Right,
slipped
but-
up a little bit.
They
literally owned 3.5 quarters.
Yeah.
That pass interference call was.
Oh yeah,
was pretty monumental.
yeah, it was bad, but
Was-
like that's not what lost them the football.
If there's a
game.
moment that defines this decade, we'll get to some of those later.
We
If
should
there's a
do
moment
Mount Rushmore next.
that defines the decade, I say
Define
that
call.
missed call is a moment that would define
Stop
the decade.
it! Leave me alone. I know already know where you're going with that.
'Cause
Leave
it would
me
be,
alone.
It would literally be that one, Des Bryant,
Yep.
and the Seahawks Packers game.
What was the controversial in that one?
Wasn't there like some dumbass PI called in that one?
No, I don't
There's
think so.
always
No,
something.
there was the interception at the end where one ref called it a pick, one called it a touchdown.
Yeah,
That one.
that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking of.
I don't know if that was like.
But the
altered.
Des Bryant no catch.
What happened to the
The
Packers?
no PI call from my boys last year.
so sad.
That was pretty.
I honestly
controversial.
think if the Saints would have went to the Super Bowl, that would have been a much more interesting Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Stop.
Anyways, we got
do you say
overrated
things like
teams. What do you guys think are underrated teams?
The
will play?
Philadelphia Eagles.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles is like John Gruden. Or wait. Well, I gotta make sure I have my Gruden right. Raiders Gruden.
John.
Okay, they're like John Gruden level crazy this year. Because they've had their upswings, they've had their downswings.
Carson Wentz has been monumentally good the last 4 weeks.
With
No.
With
shit receivers.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
He's the first quarterback in NFL history to have 4,000 yards and not have 1,000. Is it
Right.
Not have any.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
without any 1,000 yard
Yeah,
receivers. I
receivers.
saw that.
No, I don't think anybody had over 500.
No, it was nobody over 500.
That
Yeah.
is ridiculously
Yeah.
insane.
Talk about a good quarterback.
When is
Yeah, no shit.
is Alshon Jeffrey gonna be back at all in
I have
the
no
playoffs?
clue.
I don't know.
Because I feel like if Alshon Jeffrey can come back in the playoffs.
But even so, your
True.
second wide receiver is JJ Ortega-Whiteside.
No, I'm just saying.
Or Greg Ward, who's a converted quarterback.
No, I'm just saying if he can get like Alshon Jeffrey
Oh, yeah, if he
back,
can
get-
and
I agree.
was like had like a 3 touchdown game
Yeah.
earlier in the season. Alshon Jeffrey is a really good receiver.
That'd be a good way for
We
Des
forgot about
Bryant to
that
get back
sometimes.
with the Cowboys.
All I'm
Sign
gonna
the
say is don't sleep on the Packers at home.
That I will attest to. I will
Yeah,
agree with
I'd
that.
agree
Don't
with
sleep
that.
on Green Bay. If Green Bay can, because they'll get home field at the first round either way.
Yeah.
And if they can somehow find a way to get home field in the NFC Championship, like that would be.
Yeah, that's why I wanted the Packers to get #1 seed because all play of football in Lambeau, it's been insane.
It's tough. Like I said, I was saying off the air, that Lambeau crowd's gonna be hyped up. They haven't had a home playoff game in a long time.
And if you look at the teams we're going to potentially play, Saints playing the Dome, Minneapolis playing the Dome, it's going to be outside Lambeau. It's going to be cold and it's going to be snowing.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold, and like the Green Bay playoff crowds do not mess around.
Green Bay crowds don't mess around.
Yeah,
to
just
begin with.
straight up.
Underrated team.
Titans.
Yeah.
Well, both of the wild card spot teams in the NFC.
No, see, if anything, I think Buffalo is overrated, but I don't
Yeah.
think they're good enough to be considered overrated.
I don't want to call them overrated. I'd say they've been.
I
way
feel like
overhyped
I
at
feel I
this
really
Yeah,
feel like
overhyped.
the Bills. I feel like the Bills will really actually easily beat Houston though.
No, because I literally think that offense can't do enough. Their offense is without question their weakest point.
But that defense.
Oh, that defense is good, but what's gonna happen when you have to play Deshaun Watson?
I mean,
That's-
look at what happened when Deshaun Watson played the Ravens.
I
But
did,
that-
but also look at Deshaun Watson. What happens? Like 12. How many games did they win this year?
9.
No, they won more than 9.
10.
10?
11.
Texans were 10-6.
So let's look how how Deshaun Watson played in 12 of the 16 games. He was very, very good. I saw how he played against New England. He looked really good.
But I also saw how he played against the Broncos.
True.
The Bills Texans.
Right. I also said. I'm trying to think of another. I don't know.
The Bills Texans a good segue into NFL Pick'ems because that is our first game. Bills at Texans, first wildcard game.
Who do you got winning that game, Ben?
I have the Texans winning a really close one. I have Texans winning 20-14. I think that Bills defense is gonna be really good, but I don't think Josh Allen's gonna be able to string enough together. I think he gets 2 touchdowns, but I don't think he gets the third to win it for him.
Well, I also have the Texans winning this one. I just don't think the Bills will be able to do enough to stop Deshaun Watson. I think it's going to be 24-21. It's going to be close, but the Texans are just going to edge them out.
I wanted to pick the Bills to win this game so bad, but I can't see it in the playoff time. Not yet, at least. Like, if this Bills offense can evolve in the next couple of years, maybe. But I got the Texans winning 35-21.
You should go right now.
Jesus fuck.
But I'm the only one that picked the Bills.
You forgot. Oh, that's another thing about this playoff. Just really quick, we don't have to talk about it. This is the first time in over a decade the Patriots are playing on.
Yeah, talk about a 10-year challenge, right? For the Patriots.
We'll get to it in a second here.
Okay, of course.
But I have the Bills just barely edging out the Texans.
I think it's gonna be a close game.
In a low-scoring, close game, 20-17. Bills. Bills Mafia. Tables will be broken.
Good.
I hope so. Actually.
Only for them to get clapped by the Ravens.
Yeah.
I don't know if they get clapped.
Oh, wait. Yeah, no.
Well.
Because that's the...
if Bills... No, Bills are the 5 seed. I lied. They wouldn't necessarily... But anyway, it doesn't matter because...
The winner of Titans-Patriots would play...
No, because if Pats win, they play Kansas City.
It just depends on who the seeding who wins in the seeding.
But it doesn't matter because the Texans are going to beat the Bills 24-17. I think both defenses are Buffalo's defense is going to keep them in it, but I think the struggles of Buffalo's offense will show again. And yeah, they lose. Good stuff. Go Deshaun. Has a good game.
Is that everybody for Bills Texans?
So we're starting the new decade off, right, with the Patriots in the wild card.
Yeah, isn't it so weird? But I love it.
Originally for this game, I had the Titans winning 28-16, but I forgot it was a Patriots game. So my final prediction is Titans 68-1.
Oh my
God!
You literally can't
So
score 1 point.
How do they get?
Ben, at least make it 2.
No,
so
you
it's
gotta
a
make
real
it 2.
Score.
No, because then it's 68-1.
Oh, I get it. 69.
Make it 67-2.
Fine, 67-2. Patriots get a safety.
Wow.
Well, needless to say, I do not have that score. I have it being a very close football game, though. I think this game is going to look a lot like the AFC Championship 2 years ago with Jacksonville in New England. I think Tennessee is going to just grab a stranglehold on this game. I think Tennessee is going to make New England sweat. I think Tom Brady's going to continue to struggle, but they will do just enough to get back in the game because the Patriots are still tough to beat at home unless you're the Miami Dolphins.
Hell yeah.
I have New England winning 24-20. Probably comes down to a late touchdown to win it. And I think Ryan Tannehill will throw an interception on the last drive to lose it.
Ryan Tannehill.
Yes, Ryan Tannehill.
I wanted to make mine a really high-scoring game.
I did too, actually.
Neither of these offenses are like that, though.
But
yeah, exactly. That's why.
The Titans. This is the thing is the Titans can be, but I am going on the doubter side that the Titans just won't be able to score on the Patriots' defense. I have it as a close game. I do have the Titans winning 17-10.
I also have the Titans winning. I have it being a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be the Titans coming out on top 32-24.
Wow.
Tom Brady is not going to make the AFC Championships, and it's going to be a sad day.
So I have a really close game, and I have something I want to mention after I say my prediction. I have the score being 19-17, New England.
It's good. I have the Pats winning too, so.
But if the Titans win, I feel like how do you not just have the morale boost of beating the Patriots? Like when you go into...
Because it's also the worst of the Patriots dynasty, like this is.
But at the same time,
I get what
you
he's
beat
saying.
Bill
But yeah,
Belichick.
I definitely
you're going
yeah,
to be
can you imagine
the momentum
Tennessee,
swing.
What was that?
What?
A hair tie just fell from the ceiling.
A hair tie did?
Yeah.
Like
it came from the air, so it's not like...
maybe someone like dropped it from there telling us to be quiet.
I don't know. Maybe there's just ghosts.
It wouldn't have just fallen through.
Drop $10 if you want us to be quiet.
Yeah, drop 100. Yeah, drop 100.
But anyways.
I feel like the Titans team gets like almost like low key scary if they end up winning.
I will say, yeah, that's the thing. If Tennessee can beat New England, like it's gonna be hard to pick against them. Obviously, like they may not be.
Well, I mean, I feel like us as a podcast, like us as a fan base, I mean, we really like the underdogs a lot. So
We're America. America loves
If
underdogs.
Tennessee wins, I feel like everybody on the podcast will start rooting for them.
I'll root for them, but
Yeah.
I just won't pick them to win. But that's probably what they want me to do.
All right.
So that's why.
Bold prediction for this game: the Titans create 2 turnovers against the Patriots and win the game off them.
Ooh.
Wow! So of all those 67 points that you
Only
have
2
them
of them
scoring,
come on turnover.
wow, crucial.
You think Tannehill's gonna have a Joe Burrow type of game?
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
7 touchdowns.
That'd be good.
It's actually gonna be 8 touchdowns.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about that at all by any chance?
Well,
the
if
playoff
you have
games?
7 touchdowns and then 2 more, you're at 9 touchdowns. 9 times 7 is 63,
Yeah, we're getting to.
and you have 67.
Good
So 2 safeties.
Unfortunately, this next game, I want to be hyped for this, but
Uh,
it sucks because
it's gonna be
I already know
bad.
it's gonna happen. This is the one game that actually
Ooh.
almost every analyst is picking a clear winner. Like it's
I'm
not.
hyped.
I'm
I think the first
it's
half
the
is going to
Vikings
be amazing.
at the Saints.
Yeah, I think.
Minnesota Miracle 2.0.
No,
No.
I think
no
they're
hell
playing.
to the no.
They're playing at the Saints. The Vikings are dealing with injuries on their defense. I think they're kind of. They're not jumping into these. They're kind of not really jumping into these playoffs. I mean,
Right.
they're limping into the playoffs.
Talk about underrated by sports analysts. It's just
Drew
Vikings.
Brees and the Saints are one of the best teams in the NFL right now. They're hosting the Vikings. They're at home. They're going to walk over the Vikings.
Eric Kendricks might not play this game, which if he doesn't, the Vikings are absolutely fucked.
Michael Thomas is going to go on a tear. He's going to have 150 receptions. Receiving yards. Not receptions. 150 receiving yards.
Jesus, Xavier really can't guard that. Can't guard Mike.
He has 150 receiving yards. The Saints win 35-14.
Ooh.
Yeah, Cam Jordan called out Kirk Cousins for basically being an ass quarterback when it matters the most, and it is and how they're gonna respond by Kirk Cousins throwing multiple interceptions, getting sacked a shit ton.
Cam Jordan's gonna have an interception.
I don't know about that, but
He has a couple in his career.
but yeah, this game is going to be an absolute shit show. This could be the epitome of what this offseason might be for the Vikings.
Yeah.
Because like you said, injuries on the defense, Dalvin Cook's coming back, so he's not going to be at 100%, so he's going to be easier to stop, I think. And Kirk Cousins is going to do what Kirk Cousins does in the big game and shit the bed.
Is Thielen fully healthy?
He's supposed to be.
He's supposed to be, but he's not. And Vikings fans are pissed about that. So, with that being...
Motherfucker had 4 targets last week, 0 catches.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah. So, needless to say, the Saints are going to absolutely just shit on the Vikings 38-20.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I think it's going to be a good first half. I think that they're going to be able to keep up 21 points in the first half. It's going to be 21-18 going into the half for the Vikings. The Vikings are going to be ahead.
At least.
The Saints are going to come
At
up. They're
least
going to be like,
35.
guess what? And it's going to be 38-21 Saints. Win it and go to the next one.
Exactly.
Go to the next one. On to the next one.
So, interesting fact. We all picked the Saints to have 35 or more points.
Yeah.
2 people picked 35. 3 people picked 38.
Yeah.
You know what would be crazy if the Vikings actually somehow pulled out that
Okay, and
victory?
that's what I was going to get to that after score. This is the same thing that the Titans are in the AFC.
Right.
If somehow the Vikings can pull out a win at Mercedes-Benz,
Mercedes-Benz
Right.
Superdome.
if they can pull out this fucking win and they get that hype train that Kirk Cousins, finally proves himself in a big game, Like, they could be a dangerous team, but I just don't see it
You know,
happening.
they just go to the next week and lose to San Francisco.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, I still
Like-
have the Saints kicking the Vikings' ass 35-17.
I just don't know what can beat San Fran in the NFC.
I honestly think the Saints have a chance.
I think New Orleans definitely has it. New Orleans easily could have beaten the first time they played.
Yeah.
I still think, I don't know. Something about this San Fran team.
Oh, this San Fran team is insanely good. They definitely deserve the 1 seed because they're playing like a 1 seed.
Yeah. But
They're my pick to get to the Super Bowl.
I don't think I actually said my score there. 38-24 Saints.
Wow, you have a kind of a close one compared to everyone else.
I know, compared to everybody else.
Wow, an extra field goal. This next game, I think this is probably going to be the best game of the weekend in my opinion.
Which
I don't know.
sucks because I wish I could kind of see. I want to see both of these teams. What's the last game of the week? But yeah, I want to see both these teams go further. So it kind of sucks that they have to play each other in the first
Right.
round.
But I mean, the Seahawks and the Eagles. If there's any game that I'm like, I could go either way with as easily as I am. It's this game.
Yeah.
It's literally
I agree
like
with that.
what's gonna happen. For that reason, I have it a high scoring game, 32-28. Marshawn Lynch is gonna run in from that 1 yard line, and they're gonna win the game.
Didn't he do it last week?
He
That was his one
did,
touchdown?
but not when it mattered.
Not when it mattered exactly.
He hurdled.
And then he should have. He went out there on that no PI call. He went out there. The center, whatever his name is, was being dumb. Took too long to get up. They didn't have enough time to call the play. They got called for a false start or whatever because the time ran out.
Oh, delay a game.
Delay a game. And then Pete Carroll was like, Marshawn, get your ass out of the game. And they lost the game. It's not going to happen again.
I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I think
Really?
that both teams are going to play good. I do have Philadelphia winning in the end. I have winning 18-14, though. I think Seattle puts up a fight, but Carson Wentz is just going to outplay Russell Wilson.
Carson Wentz has been an animal the past 4 weeks.
Yes, he has.
Mm-hmm.
But Russell Wilson has been an animal, all but 2 games this season.
Disagree. Russell Wilson is on a downward spiral
Yeah.
at the moment.
Kind of is. Because
Yeah.
he was in our MVP rate. We were comparing him and Lamar for MVP.
Right,
And,
and then it just became okay. Lamar has got it easily.
Yeah,
I mean, we pretty much knew it was Lamar since week.
Right.
I had it Russell Wilson.
But
for a
that's the
while.
thing is,
Yeah.
Russell Wilson was at least in that conversation.
But granted, people that you've also thrown in that conversation is Kirk Cousins and
Kirk
Dak
Cousins
Prescott.
wasn't MVP.
Kirk Cousins should have been. Absolutely should have been.
From week
But again-
5 to week 12,
I'm just
Kirk Cousins
saying,
wasn't
from
MVP.
Yeah,
but
but-
if you look at the end of the season and at the beginning of the
Well,
season,
right. Obviously,
Kirk
at the end of the
Cousins.
season, we figure out who it is. But Russell Wilson, again, like Kirk Cousins, is on that downward spiral. I mean, not as bad as Kirk Cousins,
Yeah.
but
But in the sense, too, obviously Kirk Cousins and Russell Wilson are very far apart. Russell Wilson is better than Kirk Cousins on any given day,
Right.
Right, but again,
You expect Russell Wilson to be an MVP, and he's on a downward spiral. You
regardless,
don't expect Kirk Cousins to be an MVP.
And
regardless,
Russell Wilson has been Mr. December,
Yeah.
and he's not Mr. December this year by a long shot. Maybe Mr. November, not Mr. December.
No, you can't use the nickname Mr. November. Oh, wait. Never mind. It's a different...
that's Mr. October.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Derek Jeter.
Yes. Sorry. Anyways, my score for this game is 28-21 Eagles.
My score is 28-22 Seattle.
Ooh.
I have 20-13 Philly. You know, fun fact, guys. I am actually perfect on my Philadelphia scores when I pick them to win.
What
Really?
the fuck?
Yeah, every time I pick Philadelphia to win, and it's crazy because in all those times I was the only one that picked Philadelphia to win.
Jeez.
So
Well, maybe everybody should change it so the Seahawks are winning, so the Philadelphia Eagles.
that would be awesome, guys. For my pride's sake, that'd be really cool.
Jameis Winston threw 30 touchdowns, 30
Okay,
interceptions.
everyone, congratulations to Jameis Winston for joining an elite crew.
Shoot, how many sacks did Chandler Jones have?
He didn't have any against the Rams.
Damn it.
Yeah, you already know.
Shaquille Barrett actually finished the season as the sack leader.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
But yeah,
Comeback
anyways,
player of the
Jameis
year.
Winston, 30-30 club.
Yeah.
Only player to do it.
Jameis Winston, so the all-time NFL leader in interceptions is Brett Favre, right?
Yeah,
Brett Favre has
Good.
311 on his career.
which is like what 20 seasons.
Yeah, just 20
Close to
seasons, actually 90 to 2010. Jameis Winston's at 96, so a third of them, but he's had 4 seasons.
Holy shit!
Jeez.
He's played a fifth of the
Damn.
seasons, but has a third of the interceptions.
He was actually the only quarterback in NFL history to throw for 5,000 yards and
Did you
30 picks.
did you guys
or
see what
something
Bruce
like-
Arians said though in an interview?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can
Oh
win with
my-
him, we can win with anybody.
Holy crap! Shots to your QB.
But to be fair, Bruce Arians is the quarterback whisperer. Like, without Bruce
Exactly.
Arians, we only
Well,
see
right,
like
because
20
look
touchdowns.
at Jameis.
from-
Jameis won a passing title and he had 30 touchdowns. In any other year, that's an MVP caliber season.
As long as you
But
don't-
he threw 30 interceptions. It was so funny. So I obviously didn't watch the games. We didn't have it. I saw that the Falcons won in overtime. I was like, oh my god,
Right.
please have that be a game-winning pick six. And lo and behold, they show the
It
highlight.
was.
Game-losing pick six.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing is if you look at Jameis Winston's touchdown leaders for receivers, the other team is third on his most touchdowns on the season.
so
He's
bad.
thrown.
He's so
Yeah.
bad.
It's crazy.
So bad.
It goes Evans, Godwin, and then the other team.
Jeez.
But he just got to play a few more years, so it takes Brett Favre's interception record.
Would that make you so happy as a Packers fan?
Yeah.
So
The
that just so that
all-time
title's
interception
not on Brett Favre.
He the name who was second all-time interceptions, I didn't see who he was. He also has the most interceptions in a single season, which is 45.
I believe it.
Jeez.
That would be fun.
Imagine having a 15-year career and one of the years you throw 45 interceptions.
Yeah, right. Another thing was something about Derek Carr. He's like only the second quarterback in NFL history to do something with his team.
Yeah, no. Derek Carr is the second losingest quarterback in his first 5
Yes.
seasons behind his
David
brother
Carr.
David Carr.
Which, and everybody says David Carr, you can't really get mad at because that was that expansion.
Yeah,
Houston
he was the
Texans.
first quarterback in Texans history.
But yeah, anyways, it's been a year of records, guys. The 100th season's been a year of records.
Jameis Winston almost has 15 more interceptions in his career than Aaron Rodgers does.
Yeah, I saw that too. James Winston has the same picks this season as Aaron Rodgers does over the last
Oh my
like
god!
8 years.
He's so bad. So bad.
Because
since we're wrapping up pick'ems, I kind of since we wrapped up pick'ems like just a second ago though, right?
Okay.
Pick'ems last week, somebody predicted the exact score of the Winter Classic,
Really?
and
Oh, it's right. It was 4-2.
it
I
was
was
4-2.
Only person to pick LSU to kill in that game.
What
by
do
the
you
way.
mean?
What? No, we all had kind
No,
of.
I had an absolute slaughter.
You
guys
had 49-28. I had 42-22. What do you mean?
No, I had LSU putting up a shit ton of points.
Yeah,
I think I had them putting
49.
up
Oh,
the
I
most-
guess, yeah, because I had 45-30.
Yeah,
42
I had
to
an absolute
22.
slaughter.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
had,
that Clemson Ohio State game was not as high scoring as we all thought it was gonna be, but it was still an
No.
insanely awesome game.
Yeah. I'm 100% if Balor's
So,
not.
I didn't mean to take away from
If
Rocky.
Balor
But
can
no, like
get the dub.
the Winter Classic this year was crazy though,
Baylor,
because
Not-
it went
not
into the
Balor.
third.
Finn
It
Balor.
went into the
Not Finn
third.
Balor.
Finn Balor.
Prince
2-1.
Devitt.
Oh wow.
He's the Prince
Well,
of
with
He has his
the
own
Preds
t-shirt.
being ahead,
Prince is back.
but then again,
Shit, I'm probably gonna have to buy that. 'Cause
Like-
I love Finn Balor.
Yeah, but anyways, NCAA Air Force.
Yeah, they kind of ruined it for me. I would have had a perfect week.
I do have a perfect week.
I almost had a perfect week.
If Baylor can pull out this victory, it's 26-14, 5 minutes to go in the fourth.
Ooh,
14-26. If Baylor can pull the victory away, I go perfect in the bowl matchups.
Yeah, like I said, LSU kicked ass, took names. Joe Burrow, Jesus Christ. You're
Wait, what did you
Joe-
say the score was for that Georgia game?
the Bengals
26-14.
should be
Who's
happy.
ahead?
Brendan, you might get that score right too, because you had 26-17, so Baylor can get a field goal.
Wow. I think that would be the first time someone's ever predicted 2 games in the same week.
Wow.
Whoa.
but I've predicted games perfectly. This is like
2
the
games on the same day.
Yeah, no
But
kidding.
that's what I mean.
Look at
Yeah.
Brendan go.
Whoa.
Good shit.
Clemson.
The-
Yeah.
like I feel like
Clemson winning the national title.
I know I'm top 2 probably in prediction totals.
I know I'm
That's
not.
Muhammad.
I know I only won a week because I had a
You'll listen
perfect
to the SighSquadPod.
prediction.
I know Ben's not because all of his Patriots predictions.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, Joe Burrow. Holy shit.
Joe Burrow's insanely good.
He's gonna go to the Bengals, and I don't know how it's gonna be, to be honest.
I don't know either.
You know what-
I feel kind of bad for him.
See, literally, so this is how things are going. Because Joe Burrow's literally on the exact same career path as Cam Newton. Both played 1 year of Division I football. Both won a Heisman. Both could potentially win a national championship and be the first overall pick. Oh, and win the Heisman, if I didn't mention that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
You did mention
I think
it.
it's
Oh, I
funny.
did. Cool.
I think it's really funny how everybody who knew a little bit about college football is like Joe Burrow
Mm-hmm.
this week, and then again in the playoffs a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Everybody hopped on that Joe Burrow hype train. Like he's
Yeah.
the best player ever. Like just all of
Yeah,
a
people
sudden,
are already
I'm
saying
like,
he's the best
come
college
on.
football quarterback of the decade. And I'm like, no, that's just not true.
I'm like, what? They just go full in. They're not even like.
Exactly. But, again, it doesn't matter because did you guys see how Trevor Lawrence played against Ohio State? He was insanely good because he is the best quarterback in the country.
Yeah.
Again, Joe Burrow's insanely good. He's having a better year, but I will take Trevor Lawrence any day of the week. Not any day of the week, I shouldn't say, but, like, Trevor Lawrence was insanely good. That offense was struggling a little bit, but then Trevor Lawrence got him going. He had that big run, and then just, especially in that game-winning drive, it was just all Trevor Lawrence. He's insanely good. He's really good. That defense is good. Clemson's winning the national title next
I
year.
think so. Still, yeah.
Chase Young. He's going to the Redskins, I bet, if he decides to declare for the draft.
Yeah, I think he should.
I think he will.
If the
but-
Bengals are smart, they take Chase Young, but they're not going to be.
They're not going to.
Kind of like how if
Honestly, Chase Young on that Redskins defense though is gonna be pretty nice.
That'd be interesting. Him and Montez Sweat and Ryan Kerrigan. That'd
Yeah.
be decent.
Yeah. Well, even
they
just
would
like
just need to build on their
When you
secondary.
give Ron Rivera too, a defensive coach, Chase Young. Ooh, that
like
could-
their front seven's gonna be
Like
pretty
Ron
good.
Rivera is part of, or no, I'm not gonna finish that because that's very incorrect.
Oh,
Yeah, then next year we're almost to the point where now teams are gonna start thinking about tanking for Trevor Lawrence next year.
oh
We get
yeah,
to the
tank for
offseason.
Oh, absolutely. Bengals
You know-
are gonna be one of those teams. I think if they don't draft Joe. If that's why they should draft Chase Young, then they can just bang for Trevor. Because whichever team gets Trevor Lawrence will have the same. Like it'll be like the Indianapolis Colts. Their whole franchise is gonna
Right.
turn around.
Maybe
As
the Colts
long
will
as-
get.
Maybe, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
they could.
maybe the Colts will luck out and.
Ha!
Get
Luck out.
That was so funny.
Ah!
Maybe Andrew Luck will come out of retirement.
I mean.
Maybe the Browns will ruin another quarterback's career.
Oh yeah! Oh
That's what
no!
would
Literally, I don't. That is. I now don't. Now I'm worried because now Trevor might actually go to Cleveland.
That would happen. Too.
Oh god! Because like literally, Trevor Lawrence could literally be a really good QB on any other team, but just because it's the Browns, they would just fuck up his career.
Right.
God, I would hate that.
Hockey, Brendan, you said you predicted the Winter Classic. Good job, bud.
The
Well,
Winter
yeah,
Classic.
the
Winter
Winter
Classic's
Classic
in
game-
Minneapolis next
Yeah.
year.
Ooh,
Wild got it.
Wild. Have they announced who the other?
It's
team
either
is?
gonna be the Blues, Avalanche, Blackhawks, or Jets.
It should be the
It
Blues.
probably won't be the
It
Blackhawks
should be the
because
Jets.
it really should be the Jets
Should be
because
the
they
Jets.
could roll out in like
Oh
some
my-
Nordique shit,
Yeah, that's just it too. And do you guys how great that?
or they could roll out in. Oh no, never mind.
Well, and that crowd would just be. The crowds would have been good anyway. But can you imagine just Winnipeg fans traveling there? They would fill up like a whole like section of a stadium. I think.
So-
of the Target Field.
Blackhawks have been like one of the go-tos for the Winter Classic. Like,
Right.
like the Blackhawks have had 4 Winter Classics.
Yeah, but I also think
But-
since the Wild played them in like the Stadium Series a few years back, they'll probably
Jeez,
try
yeah.
and change it up a little bit. I would love to see the Jets in it.
Fun facts. You know how my favorite Blackhawks jersey was the Winter Classic jersey last year?
Yeah.
Sure.
It actually became their alternate this year.
Wow.
Like their official alternate.
Wow.
And it's the same exact jersey with, in the collar, their cup years.
Wow.
I really, really, really want one.
Go buy
You should
one.
get Jonathan Toews one.
I
Oh my
was
God.
probably going to get it. If I get,
He's just
I'm
going
thinking about seeing if I could maybe use somebody's discount on something here to get a cheapo version of a Kane one, and then work on getting an authentic Taze one.
What's going on?
Can you?
Brendan's trying to squeeze those freebies already. It's 2020. He's like, gotta be cheap somehow.
That's probably the only reason Brendan's my friend, just so I give him discounts.
Yeah, I could see that. That'd be so funny.
I was your friend when I got those same discounts.
Yeah, it's true.
You should make a personal one, but spell toes right, so it's T-O-E-S.
Oh, Jesus. Jeez.
Hey, you guys said Winter Classic next year. Baseball, yeah.
Nothing
Well,
really
he's got
going
a
on
few
right
people.
now. Yeah, but it's not going to be enough to win the division.
Brian Chu, he's a
Cubs are
Blue
gonna be
Jay.
bad.
That's the thing. The Twins can't even get that guy. Went to the freaking Blue Jays. We're not going to do anything.
I will say this right now. Rich Hill, he could be a sneaky good signing. His career ERA is 3.62, and his career best is like a 1.98. If he can play, because we don't need a 1-2 guy, because we have Odorizzi Barrios, and then we'll have Pineda.
Right, two guys who were hurt and immensely dipped off the second half
our
of the
bullpen
year.
our bullpen's
Really,
pretty
no, our
good.
bullpen's fine.
Yeah.
It's our starting pitching that we needed to fix, and we did. I don't think we did a good enough job to fix
Not
it.
yet.
Is Bo Jackson going to be good this year?
No.
Probably not.
How about Babe Ruth?
Babe Ruth is
Oh,
dead.
actually, there was
He says actually. Oh, actually.
No, but somebody from the Yankees died. Legendary guy.
Oh yeah.
The pitcher from.
He threw the.
Tebow?
You know
No.
he threw the only
Wrong New
perfect
York
game in
team.
playoff history.
Well, I can't think of his name now. That sucks. Anyways, the White Sox could be a sneaky team.
White Sox are going to be a good team, straight up. They're going to do what the Braves did a couple years ago, where all their young players are going to pop, and they made so many good moves in the offseason. White Sox are going to take over Chicago once again.
Yeah, the only thing.
Don
with them is,
Larson.
Don
Yes,
Larson.
Don Larson.
Thinking of
Twins reportedly gave their final contract offer to Josh Donaldson.
See, that'd be a good pick. I mean, again, our bats aren't the issue, but I think Josh Donaldson's a really good veteran.
Then you move Sonoda first, and then you got a pretty good lineup.
Oh yeah, like they'll still be one of the better hitting teams. I think. I don't think they're gonna hit the shit ton of home runs they did this year, because that's just obviously a once in a lifetime kind of
Unless
season.
you're the goddamn Yankees.
Unless you're the fucking Yankees.
Yeah.
And now they have Garrett Cole, so they're back to being the evil empire of buying their championships.
Yeah.
So rip that.
So yeah, that's baseball. Basketball, we'll go over this real quick. One hot take I'm starting to notice, I don't know if I'd really call it a hot take, because like we say in the show, Father Time is undefeated. Bron James might start the twilight of his career. He can't stay healthy anymore. He's hurt again.
No, he's not. Well, he played.
Yeah, but
It's the same injury he had, though, so can you really say again?
But that's what I mean, is this is LeBron James not being able to fully,
Well,
No, I totally get what you're saying, but he still played, though. So it's not like it was like last year where he missed a bunch of time.
No, definitely not. But you know what I mean? Just like...
Right, like
starting to
we're
see
maybe slowly see the workload that he puts on himself. Maybe, yeah. No, I get what you're saying there.
Yeah, like I'm not dissing LeBron
Load
James. I still think he's
management.
the best player in the world.
No, he said he better not do load management, or else people are gonna hate him even more.
But yeah, I think we might start seeing the end of LeBron's legendary career. Obviously, he'll still be a 20-point scorer the next
Don't
3-4
say that.
seasons.
That's
but
gonna make me so incredibly sad.
yeah,
Like guys, I would maybe cry in his last game, straight up.
Unfortunately, LeBron James' career will end in this decade that we're in now. Unfortunately,
Maybe. You never know.
No, it's
I don't
not.
he's 35.
LeBron's playing forever. Stop.
He did say he wanted to break Kareem's record though for
There
points.
you go.
I hope so. God, I hope so.
But yes.
Good
What
at that.
else did I say? Blake Griffin. Oof. Ever since I said Blake Griffin was underrated.
Yeah, he's been dog shit.
He's been absolute ass cheeks. That's great.
Yeah, love that.
He's
'Cause I'm
literally
right.
so bad that teams don't want to trade for him because of his contract and him being so bad.
Yeah.
Like you can't even attack.
No,
the
and
first round
I,
pick.
and I literally said, yeah, he's overrated, and you're just so sold and convinced that he wasn't.
Yeah, Timberwolves.
They're gonna
when
trade Cat. Cat's not happy, which I called.
Actually, no. I heard that was a bluff.
Oh, was it Cat?
The Timberwolves and Cat both played it down. Like they're not
Okay,
saying
but
anything about it.
right, but that could also just be them trying not to like they're probably just supposed to say that stuff just so they don't like.
Gorgie Jang called out Cat and Wiggins actually after they beat Brooklyn the other night. When the Timberwolves had literally all of their backups playing. Gorgie Jang called out Towns and Cat for basically being soft. They should win when Cat and Wiggins play, but they don't. But yeah, when I put this on, the Timberwolves were on an 11-game losing streak.
They won one.
Yeah, since then.
Congrats, Timberwolves.
They're on an 11.
They were.
They were, yeah.
No, I'm saying like they were.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Yeah, they started the season. They were 10-9, and now they're, I think, 11. Now they're like 11-21.
They're back to their ways.
Yeah.
They lost to the Bucks in a close one today.
And that's what I mean with Gorgie Jang's comment. Like, he's basically saying the Timberwolves should not have went on that 11-game losing streak. Because Gorgie Jang is arguably the best player right now for the Timberwolves, including Towns and Wiggins.
Fucking
which is
God, that they're
ridiculous.
so bad.
Well,
but I did say Kat was leaving when I put this in because that's when the rumors
well,
were
the
swirling.
rumors were, yeah. You never know. It could still happen.
Yeah, it definitely could. But my problem is I actually talked to Noah about this off the podcast.
Oh, yeah, off the air.
Towns fucked himself over. If he is unhappy, he's either going to have to suck it up for 4 years, or the Timberwolves are going to hold on to him until they get the absolute best package that they can.
Right.
Like,
Because you can obviously still trade him, because, I mean, people sign a contract unless there's a no trade clause, which I don't think there is.
No, he didn't get one.
Yeah. So, with that being said, there's definitely going to be a trade, I think, eventually, but it's just, like, Kat is a... Oh, my voice cracked there. Kat is such a young talent that where you can get a lot for him. So, like you said, the T-Wolves are going to wait till their absolute best options there, and who knows if they're even going to get it. Like, a pick that they really want. Other than that, Kat has no say of what the T-Wolves do in his future. He can request a release, but, I mean, if you're the Timberwolves, why would you do that?
Yeah, exactly. Towns, and yeah, because I told him this, Towns, if he really wanted out of Minnesota, he shouldn't have signed the money. Because it's like we talked about Kevin Love at least had the decency to be like, hey.
Right, like, I'm not going to re-sign, you might as well trade me.
Yeah.
Which is true, but we're seeing NBA players starting to do that now. They sign contracts and they get traded. Look like Russell Westbrook.
Paul George.
What?
Paul George.
Oh, yeah, look at Paul George, exactly.
But yeah.
Well, the NBA All-Decade team came out for the NBA's list anyways, and it is... Their number one all-decade team is Curry, Durant, LeBron, Harden, and Kawhi.
Okay.
For this decade.
I have no issues.
Okay.
Their second team is Chris Paul, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, Melo, and Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
And then their third team is LaMarcus Aldridge, Dwayne Wade, Kobe, Giannis, and Paul George.
There's probably a legend somewhere missing. Just Dirk, I think Dirk should have made it because of his miracle run with the Mavericks and their championship.
Right, but if you're looking at a full decade's worth of performance, like you really
That's
can't.
true.
But in that case, you probably shouldn't put Kobe in there.
That's what,
he
yeah,
retired
exactly.
in 2010.
I was gonna say, well, no, he retired in like 2014, but he was
It
not.
was 2016.
Kobe?
Yeah, he dropped 61.
No, yeah, I just remember what year that was. But he was not very good in this decade.
He
outside
barely
of it,
played in this decade.
right?
either.
No kidding. He got hurt, and when he did, Which it was funny. I was watching First Take, which this is actually the thing that made me hate that show. Max Kellerman, he gets ripped a lot on that show because he does say a lot of stupid stuff. But he made the comment that Kobe shouldn't have been on because there was a list that said Kobe was one of the best. Kobe was on all the first decade team or whatever, something like that. And Max Kellerman said, "Oh no, he shouldn't be on there." And whoever the chick is on there made this big debacle and scene, say "No, you're not right," and just got up, walked, and left. And I'm like,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I'm like, girl, you're dumb. He's absolutely right.
See, two big men though that I think could deserve it as well though, if we're looking at it from that standpoint. Kevin Love was a monster in the 2010s, especially when he started in Minnesota. Chris Bosh is another one. He got 3 rings with the Heat. I mean, granted, he didn't play. Oh, he did.
Sorry, not to.
Oh, it's all good. But yeah, you get 2 rings. Because the thing is, Chris Bosh was really vital to that team.
Yeah, he really was. Well, he got the big offensive rebound and kicked it out to Ray Allen. I can tell you that happened.
That's why it's called the Chris Bosh effect for a reason. You're super good, but you're just not the best on your team. Did you say Kevin Durant? Yeah.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson, I think, is another one that could have made it.
True.
Klay Thompson has been one of the best players that nobody talks about.
I think he's always been the underrated best player.
I know
the
said
best underrated player.
Yeah, I said Blake Griffin is underrated months ago, or a couple weeks ago, but I think Kevin Love easily should have made it over Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin doesn't put up the numbers Kevin Love did when in their primes,
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. I don't disagree with the list, but there's a couple of changes I could make. Anyways.
Yeah, well, we're on to ranking some players.
Yeah, we're gonna finish this up. We were supposed to finish this up a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
we had a break.
Christmas came on and
New Year's.
New Year's Day today.
Well, we still have,
Thank you, Brendan, for saying something very loud.
Old Town
I
Road
didn't
is
know.
amazing.
I didn't know it was loud because
Song
I
of
have
the
my
decade.
sound off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
really
song-
is.
I don't know. I'd say
What?
song of the year, but
Song of
It
the
wasn't
year,
named-
not song of the decade.
Well, what would be song of the decade? Gangnam Style.
hell yeah.
Broccoli.
Anyways, we gotta rank 'em. We're gonna finish up the actual
Point
players.
guards.
Probably-
Point guards. Curry. Anyways.
Probably like something from the second wave of Gaga.
And I will say, after looking at all of our lists, including this one, there are players that we kind of left off. But the
Yeah.
problem with the NBA is there's so many players that get swapped in and out every given night.
It's
that
changing so much.
It's so fucking hard to get every player. I think we missed like Trevon Graham or the Charlotte Hornets.
Devontae Graham.
Devontae Graham. That dude's a beast. We didn't
Yeah.
put him in the shooting guards.
You need to put John Morant's score down real quick. And then we'll get started here.
No one needs to put John Morant's score too.
I guess I did.
Sorry, Noah.
Didn't?
You also
All
need
right,
to put.
so just like we do every week, we're going to start with our lowest category and go from the highest,
I
sort
like
of
how
lowest.
Ben conducts this.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Our lowest category is our lower below average, and we have 5 players in it. 5 players. So the worst player at point guard, according to us, is either Brandon Knight or Frank
Niedlinka.
No, I'm not gonna try that.
Brandon Knight was such a good point guard, and then he fell off.
Yeah,
so
then he
hard.
fucking dipped.
Once he got to Phoenix,
Yeah,
Poor sons.
Frank Ntilikina. I mean,
Niedlinka.
I feel bad for him because I think it's just the New York Knicks effect.
Yeah, no,
They literally drafted him and were just like, well, we kind of don't want you, but we took you anyways. But yeah.
So the rest of the below average in no particular order. Next we have DJ Augustin.
DJ Augustine.
Yeah, him and Reggie Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jeff Teague.
Teague.
Honestly, Jeff Teague, and I've said this before, when Jeff Teague plays with confidence, and the Jeff Teague that was the Atlanta Hawks Jeff Teague, he's a top 10 point guard in the league. Problem is he doesn't always play like that. He plays like shit.
Right.
And then the last one is George Hill.
I think he could be higher, maybe. Like, I don't
It's
know.
kind of the same thing. Like last week, like he used to be really, really good, and now he's just kind of there. He's just Jay chilling.
He's chilling, trying to get a ring with Giannis.
Pretty much. Yeah, he's just Jay chilling with the Bucks.
So our next categories are average. This is where we have most of our guys. So in no particular order in the average category, the first one is Ricky Rubio.
Okay, I gave Ricky Rubio a 2 because here is why. Ricky Rubio has always been.
Voice cracks tonight.
Oh my god, yeah. Ricky Rubio has always been a solid point guard for Minnesota. Yes, he can shoot, but he is probably still one of the best passing point guards in the league.
Oh, he probably is.
He's second in the NBA in assists behind only LeBron.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give credit to Ricky Rubio because he is still pretty good.
I gave him the second lowest score, and my thing with Ricky Rubio is, I mean, because he's shown he can shoot, he just doesn't like.
Yeah,
to
but as
be
a point guard,
yeah.
your shooting is not necessarily your number one option.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Ricky Rubio, like, he's probably the most underrated point guard in the league in terms of like name value.
Right.
People never really talk about him, but like you said, like he's an insane assist machine.
Plays pretty good defense.
Yeah, he's probably one of the best point guard, defending point guards in the league too. I mean, he's a good defender. I mean, but yeah, he just, I don't know, he's just that guy that seems, I don't want to say scared. He just kind of never wants to be the guy. I feel like sometimes.
Yeah.
But then again, that's what his role kind of is.
But then again, every opportunity he's never had the chance to be the best player on the team.
I'm also just kind of salty because, you know, Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio we're both taken before a guy named Steph Curry, which we'll get to in a little bit on this.
Yeah. So our next guy in the average category is Gorgon Dragic.
Gorgon
Dragic?
Dragic.
That guy. He's a basketball player.
I gave him the second highest. Again, my problem is he's just too inconsistent.
Yeah, agreed.
Noah and I were the ones that kind of upvoted him.
Yeah, I mean he was solid with the Suns. Did he play for the Suns? Like Goran Dragic?
Yes, Dragic, and then he went to Miami.
Right, and he was solid in Miami for a little bit, but
I feel like Miami's almost had like a kind of a passing of the torch though. With
Miami's insanely good this year.
Eric Spoelstra is an amazing coach.
He really is.
Like,
Eric Spoelstra is a top 5 coach in the
He
league.
turns players into great.
An extremely underrated value of that Heat dynasty that they had was Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah.
So our next guy is it Drew Holiday?
Drew Holiday.
Yeah, you guys have him way too low.
I thought I ranked him
No,
at a 2.
these two ranked him a 3.
Yeah.
I gave him a 2.
I don't like any of the Holiday
Dude,
brothers.
Why?
I don't think they
know who he
deserve
is.
it.
What? Why?
Drew Holiday's a top.
Bro.
You could argue Drew Holiday's a top 5 point guard. He's a.
Well, he's in our average category.
Oh. Yeah, because of you, Ben.
Just like the next person, Chris Paul.
Okay, the reason I put him this low is because his contract compared to what he is anymore is not.
Well, right. I still gave him a 2 because he's still one of the most solid, consistent point guards in the NBA.
I don't know. I
get
give
what
him
you're
a low
saying,
score.
though.
I mean, he's just. It'd be different if he was making $10 million less because he'd still be making a shit ton of money, but he's not worth $30 million.
No.
Like.
Right. Next, we take a big dip to John Wall.
He is a great point guard.
He
He has not
is.
played
He's
in
just-
like 4 years.
It seems, yeah.
And he's done for this whole year, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Next we have Derrick Rose.
I miss
A
him.
late resurgence lately. He was.
Yeah.
I miss Bulls Derrick Rose
I
so
miss
much.
Timberwolves Derrick Rose.
I miss him when he scored like 50. I was so happy when he scored 50 points.
Yeah.
It was crazy because like I usually don't watch the T-Wolves because I'm just kind of like whatever. But for some reason I just felt I'm just gonna watch the T-Wolves tonight, and I watched Derrick Rose drop 50, and it was lovely, and I really felt happy for him.
I almost put Derrick Rose's MVP season on.
Don't.
Don't say it.
Yeah.
So our next.
Rajon Rondo.
Yep.
Rajon, he's just not the player he once was. Still
Salty.
a hard-working player, but
Then next we have Chris
when he
Dunn.
doesn't want to be a
okay.
bitch.
I gave
Dunn,
Chris Dunn a
shit.
2 because Chris
Me
Dunn.
Shit.
What is he shit at?
Consistency for one.
Consistency, yeah, but when he's on, he's a seriously insanely good passer. He's one of the best defensive point guards in the NBA. He's not much of a pure scorer, but again, I make the argument that point guards aren't necessarily number 1 scoring options anyway.
She's shit.
And he was
I
given
don't
a
think he
shitty
is.
situation. I gave him a low score, but I feel like I gave him a lower score just because of he's not really ever going to get the chance anymore to prove what he actually is.
Yeah,
worth.
no, he's getting replaced with Kobe.
I think you guys slept on him just a little too much. I just
didn't
think
realize Kobe White's not on this list.
Oh.
For
I didn't know
ranks.
he was a point guard.
And,
Oh, well.
Yeah, Thibodeau really fucked Chris Dunn's career.
Next up we have DeJounte Murray.
Deontay Murray.
Why is there a J in his name then?
That's
I
just
don't
how it
know.
Hey, Ben,
Yeah.
stop judging the people that named these people.
Next, we got Dennis Smith Jr.
What's his name?
He's a solid 2.5. He's a solid right in the middle of our
It
list.
just sucks because he plays for the Knicks.
Yeah, he might go to the Timberwolves though.
That'd be-
Timberwolves could pull
that'd-
something else.
That'd be a good time.
Next we have Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo.
God
The
damn.
famous Ball family.
God.
Let's see. What did I give him? I gave him a 4. He is
Weird
ass.
numbers all over the place.
I
for
gave him a 2.5 because he got everybody custom Xboxes.
I gave him a 2.75 because, to be fair, I also did this like a month ago.
Right.
So that was obviously a whole month of basketball
Yeah.
before.
Same.
So at that point, he was still like, okay. I mean, he's Lonzo. He's good, not great.
I put him as a 2 because I knew who he was.
Oh, he
Nice.
also just hit 7 3-pointers.
That's
or
why.
6
That's
in
why
the
I
game or
skewed the
whatever.
data.
Next, we got
Yeah.
Eric Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe is a solid point guard.
Yeah.
Does what's asked of him to do, and that's shoot and play defense.
And then the last one in our average category is John Morant.
Benjamin.
Oh, Jean Morant's about to be
Come
on one next
on.
year, though.
God damn, Ben.
If Ben puts his
He'd
score
be-
is the same as everybody else,
He'd be an above average.
yeah.
He's right there on the cusp of it. Next year he'll definitely be above average, if not.
He's gonna be in the elite column in a year or
That
two.
Grizzlies young core is looking nice.
Oh, once they pop, it's going to be not fun for the rest of the league, and they're gonna get a top 10 pick this year too.
Yeah, you add like a wing to Jean Morant
Oh.
and I can't think of his name. That sucks. The big man.
Jaron Jackson.
Jared Jackson, yeah. That's gonna be fun.
And they have another solid young guy too. I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
So our next category, the above average category. In no particular order, we're starting with Fred Van Fleet.
Ben, this is supposed to be your favorite player.
Is it?
Yeah. This should be.
Raptors All-Star.
And you love Greta Van Fleet.
Do you like Fred Van Fleet?
I love Fred Van Fleet. Last year, I was on him. He was like, "Oh, I like this guy." This
He
year, I
shoulda won.
still like him.
He should have won Finals MVP.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
But
And he's
Kawhi
having
was
a-
there.
I understand, but Fred Van Vliet was more clutch in that series. He made bigger shots late in games.
Yeah, actually, because Fred, I remember that. Now that Noah says that,
Yeah.
he should have, because of his playoff effort. Like,
Yeah,
Fred VanVleet
exactly.
caught fire in the playoffs.
Yeah,
He fucked Curry up.
yeah, he did.
Hardcore, yeah.
So our next guy is D'Angelo Russell.
He's got ice in his veins.
Yeah,
I-
D'Angelo Russell, he's really putting the Warriors on his back right now.
You know, yeah. He'll be gone next year. though.
No, they said next year. They said they're not.
Yeah,
They
next
said they're
year.
not going to
Next
trade him.
year.
Yeah.
Next we have Ben Simmons.
Oh
Dude's
my!
a fucking bust.
Get,
You
yeah,
guys
dude,
need to-
get Ben Simmons out of here. If I'm a Sixers fan, I'd be so fucking pissed at Ben Simmons. Because first off, the guy is lazy. Watch him play. He's
Don't give him one.
purely lazy. Doesn't play good defense. He is. I've never seen a player of his caliber be so afraid to score, and it pisses me off.
He played to get paid.
Yes,
That's living. He's more focused on his Fortnite streaming than
exactly.
He is on
It's
his
such.
actual
He's
game.
just such. Oh my god. If I was talking to my buddy who's from Philadelphia. Oh my god. If I'm a Sixers fan, I would be so fucking livid at Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons.
It's funny because I actually saw a thing. Ben Simmons is now Andrew Wiggins. Like
Exactly.
Wiggins stepped
He is
up.
the exact equivalent of Andrew Wiggins. I 100%
It's-
agree with
it's
that.
so funny.
So next up we have Mike Conley.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike Conley is one of the most underrated players to ever
He got
play
it.
it in the NBA.
He got a 2 across everybody. Everybody gave him a 2.
Everybody
Which
thinks
is-
he's above average.
No, it's good. No, I'm just saying, like, in terms of everyone at, like, the just media, he's so
Yeah.
underappreciated.
Next we have Jamal Murray.
I mean, Ben kind of skewed this because everybody would have given him 2 except Ben.
Jamal Murray's good.
Yeah, he's good.
Next then we have
Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook.
I give him a 2.5. He is a fucking stat pattern, guys.
He is, but he does it very well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I gave him a 3.
I gave him a
Steven,
1.
Steven Adams,
1.25.
Steven Adams, as big as a guy as he is, should have had more rebounds the year Russell Westbrook averaged the triple-double because Russell Westbrook stat pad is so fucking hard.
Yeah, it's
I can't give credit to a guy that stat pads. I'm sorry.
right. No, and I agree. I shit on Russell Westbrook all the time.
So our next guy is actually the highest in the above average category, and that's Kyrie Irving.
I gave
Yeah.
him the lowest score
Yeah, you
because
can shit on him.
I shit on him because of the simple fact that you just don't know
What you're getting.
Kyrie you're getting. Exactly.
Right.
You see him go to Boston. He says, "Oh, I want to be in Boston. I'm going to be your guys' future. I'm going to be your franchise." Literally, the next offseason is like, "Fuck you. I never wanted to play for Boston. What are you talking about? Go signs with Brooklyn." Like,
Right, and then he's like, "Yo, I'm coming home to Brooklyn." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Drops 50 his first game, and now he's
Hasn't played.
Downhill.
hasn't played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next we have Damian Lillard.
Dime dropping days.
Wait a minute, he's not in above. What kind of?
I
He's
gave
above
him.
average.
I gave him the.
How is he
2.5.
not an elite tier? Damian Lillard is the second best point guard in
Because he
basketball.
gave him 2.5.
Oh,
I gave him 2.5.
Ethan.
Here's my problem.
What is your problem?
My problem with Damian Lillard, and I just don't know.
You don't know what?
Okay. No. Damian
Ethan,
Lillard.
what do you not know about Damian?
I've always said Damian Lillard is an overrated player.
What?
He about to freak out on you.
Brother, what?
I've always said it. it's kind of like the Devin Booker effect.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not. Because Devin Booker is just a stat matter. Without Damian Lillard, the Portland Trail Blazers were one of the most miserable franchises in the NBA.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Then how is he not?
I just don't know.
He does
He got
exactly.
a 1.6, which is
CJ
pretty good.
McCollum.
No, but he should be in the
also
elite
supporting
category.
character there.
Damian Lillard is the second best point guard in the NBA behind only Steph Curry.
I see. Yeah.
Well,
I see.
there are-
Not according to Ethan.
Oh,
obviously.
There are 4, according to this, there are 4 above him.
Well, which again should just not be the case.
Next up we have Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
What, you had Kyle Lowry above him?
Oh,
no,
no, this is
I
just
rated
in
Kyle
Okay.
Lowry lower.
Okay, so I was gonna say,
No,
no.
Kyle Lowry got a 2.04.
Okay, but here's the thing.
The
here's the
people
thing.
above Dame are Kyrie.
It's Kyrie.
Here's my thing though: is we have to actually look at this though from what I ranked them,
Kyrie.
because
Trae Young, Kemba Walker.
Oh, you're putting Trae Young already ahead of Dame? We're already putting Trae Young ahead of Dame? Oh,
We'll get to
my
it.
God.
We'll get
I
to it.
love Trae Young.
I
that's the thing,
downvoted
is-
on.
I do
yeah,
too.
you got to look at like where I ranked everybody compared to their actual,
No, I still don't.
And then
In our I
Steph.
still don't understand it because Damian Lillard was literally basically not single-handedly, but he basically scratched and clawed that Portland team and had
Yeah.
Golden State on the ropes so many times in the
But
Western
here's my
Conference
thing: is
Finals.
if you look at my actual list, I only have like 3 point guards above him.
But you should only have one.
You should only have one.
So our last one in the above average category is De'Aaron Fox.
Yes, De'Aaron Fox is easily going to be in the elite category. And I think I'd give him a 1, actually. Like, I'm that high in
Yeah,
De'Aaron
you
Fox.
gave him 1.
De'Aaron Fox is a beast.
I think I gave him pretty high ranking too.
2.1.
Ben messed
Yeah.
that one up too. But we'll go from highest to
Oh,
lowest.
I remember the De'Aaron
Yeah.
Fox thing. Is because
Well-
it's when De'Aaron Fox said he didn't know what his team was about. Like that whole Kings team is just kind of fucked up right
Yeah, and you said they were going to be
I said they were going to be top 3.
I always forget that De'Aaron Fox plays on the Kings because I just always think of him in college. 'Cause in college,
he's still just chilling at Kentucky.
like whenever I think of De'Aaron Fox, I just think of the Kentucky blue jersey.
So now we're about to head into our elite category. So we're gonna go with the third. So we have 3 in the category. We're gonna go with the third best, the second best, and then our final best point guard.
I bet you can't guess who our best point guard
Yeah. So you're complaining about Damian Lillard. Kyrie Irving was above him, and then the guy directly above that is our third best point guard is Trae Young.
Trae Young.
Trae Young is, I think he's too young yet. Trae Young is good, don't get me wrong, but I think he's just a little young yet. But ask me next year, and I'll change my mind. Still not better than Damian, but
So
is. I downvoted.
So our
Trae Young.
next
That's
guy,
all I have to
our
say.
second best one is
Get
Kemba
ready.
Walker.
Kimba.
okay.
Kemba Walker.
Kemba Walker is awesome. I love Kemba. He is the third best point guard in the NBA.
He's one of my favorites.
I am more okay with that
Or he's one
than
of my favorite
Kyrie and Kyle Lowry being over him.
Kyle Lowry is not over him.
Oh, he's not.
He
Okay.
was just the next in the
Still,
list.
I have an issue with
Yeah.
Trae
Kemba
Young.
or Trae. Trae Young too.
And then if you haven't guessed it yet, our top point guard is in fact me. I got a .9.
No, Ben, you don't
Um,
play point guard.
You're right.
I actually play point guard.
Oh.
Like if you look at how I play basketball,
Steph
I technically
Curry.
play point
Yes.
guard.
Is the best
Point guard.
point
in-
guard in the NBA,
that I have
and
no
he's
problem with.
probably one of the. He's probably.
He's probably a top 10 player ever.
Yeah.
He's the second best point guard of all time.
Yeah, I would have no issue with
Who's-
that statement.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
Why did I think he wasn't?
Well, it depends on what position you want. Because technically, you could just put him at any position, and
That's true.
But yeah, those are our
That-
NBA
I mean,
positional.
I feel like
rankings.
Steph Curry's going to. He already holds the longest. Well, I feel like he's like the most consistent long range shooter.
Steph Curry?
Yeah.
Steph Curry's the greatest shooter of all time.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
the best shooter
He's
of all
the
time.
greatest shooter. There would no, like, as of right now, nobody can shoot like Curry does.
Yeah, that's
The
facts.
only guy that can take on Curry would be Klay Thompson.
And he's on his own freaking team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Goddamn.
Klay Thompson and Curry are the only people in NBA history that can both hit 10 threes in a game. No
And
problem.
it's crazy because they probably just push. You know, they push each other.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
They probably fuck around in practice, like, see who can hit a deeper three.
I'd love to watch a practice between
That's
the two.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Or just like
Well,
a
I mean,
street
we've
ball game.
seen
Oh my
Curry
God.
just like what was it like 60-foot threes?
Yeah, he was like one time in like pregame he drilled like 10 shots in a row from half court.
Yeah.
From the logo.
That was his whole his first MVP season. He was so cocky, it pissed me off. Because he'd do those D'Angelo Russell things where Nick Young, Swaggy P, where he'd shoot it, just turn around, because he knew he was.
And then he just give him with the left hand with the shimmy.
Yeah, he was so fucking cocky, but he was so good.
But he could
He's
back
got a point for it, yeah.
Yeah. But now he's humble, which is cool.
Wow, so you're telling me that there was 2 point guards picked before Steph Curry?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not like in our list, but like draft wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny Flynn, Ricky Rubio.
Yeah.
As you're shitting on Chris Dunn, you guys have an amazing guard talent, and you're shitting on Chris Dunn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's Brendan for you.
That's Brendan.
I don't like Chris Dunn.
I don't
Next
know
up, we discussed the NBA
Chris Dunn's not going to be on the Bulls next year.
all-decade team that
Good.
they came out with. And we were like, you know what? The NFL had such a horrible NFL 100 list.
that we need to just.
We need to do a top decade team because nobody's represented from our decade
We haven't
anyways.
done our decade team yet.
So here's what we got to do. We listed all our positions out and we talked about it for a nice 45 minutes about who we're going to put on our decade team. So here we go.
Yeah, so we did 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 4 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, 3 tackles, 3 guards, and 2 centers for our offense. So let's just go through the offense real quick. Our quarterbacks are number 1 is Tom Brady. He's won
4 Super Bowls.
4 Super Bowls
in this
in a
decade.
decade. Our second one was Aaron Rodgers.
All right.
Barely.
It would have
barely
it
beat
was
out
between
Breeze.
Breeze and Rodgers.
Like, barely beat him.
I mean, both Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers have been amazing this last decade. Statistically, they've been 2 of the best quarterbacks of all time. I mean,
Neither of them made the list.
Both of them were. I think neither made the list. Our first running back is Aiden Pearson.
Hands down, everybody.
Yeah, everybody said AP.
I don't think we had any issues at running back.
No, we didn't. Our second one was LaShawn McCoy,
who has the most rushing yards in this decade. So
yeah,
makes sense.
And then our last one is Marshawn Lynch, beast mode.
Beast mode, and he's back for the 2020 decade.
He looks so out of shape. It was really funny.
Oh
You
my
could
God.
tell.
Like it looks like a lineman is playing halfback.
Honorable mention to Frank Gore for running backs, though.
Yeah.
He almost made it.
So our 4 wide receivers, we didn't have that much argument with these either.
No, yeah.
Megatron, Calvin Johnson, obviously being one of them on Detroit. It sucked that he's on that Detroit team.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
He almost went to New England.
An amazing receiver.
He went to Oakland.
Next up is Julio, an active player on our list.
Has the most receiving yards this decade.
Another active player is Larry Fitzgerald, who's also on our list.
Living legend. I mean,
he's only had 2 years where he doesn't have 1,000 receiving yards.
Yeah.
Our last one is a little controversial at this point. Brendan disagrees with this, but
he really shouldn't, because if you take away this year before he went just fucking psycho.
Right.
And I don't disagree with that there.
Antonio Brown, I think he's going to be left out on a lot of decade lists as they come out because of his shenanigans the last offseason and everything going on this year. Yeah. But he definitely deserves to be on the list.
SI didn't agree with us.
So next we have our tight ends. We picked 2 of them. The first one being Rob Gronkowski.
Easy.
Obviously. And the second
greatest talent-wise tight end. And
best tight end.
I don't know. I'd pick Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, I would too. But
Tony Gonzalez can't block worth a shit.
No, I literally think
Gronk can't tackle for shit. Look at the Miami.
Okay, but I think Gronk's the best tight end in football ever to ever play.
I still take Tony G.
Personally. Okay.
Our second one is Travis Kelce. Obviously making 5 Pro Bowls in a row.
And having 5 straight years of 1,000 receiving yards.
From a tight end.
Only tight end to do that.
Yeah. Our offensive line went pretty smoothly as well. Our first tackle being Joe Thomas, arguably one of the greatest offensive tackles of all time. It's sad. Again, a great talent stuck on a shitty team
for so
long.
He was such a good guy for sticking with the team.
Honestly, if Joe Thomas was still playing somehow, Cleveland makes playoffs.
He's not even that old. Joe Thomas was only like 36.
Well, yeah, but when he retired from football, he lost so much weight.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, he's down like 60 pounds from when he retired.
No, he's down like 130 pounds.
Yeah, he looked good. He looks good.
He like dropped. He dropped 60 pounds in like the first 6 months.
Joe Thomas is completely. Anyways,
our next one's Tyron Smith.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
good.
Next we have another Cowboy, Zach Martin.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
You missed Trent Williams, but
Oh yeah.
Oh, Trent Williams,
I missed
also
Trent
really
Williams,
good.
Yes. Trent Williams.
It sucks that he just got fucked over by the Redskins, but whatever.
yeah.
Our second guard is Marshall Yanda.
Yeah, really
Yup.
good.
Our
Dave
third one is
DeCastro.
Dave DeCastro.
Yeah, really good.
And then our two centers are Jason Kelsey and Alex Mack.
Yeah, both are
Yeah,
very
he-
good centers.
Yeah.
One
the only people that
alternate.
didn't put Marquise Pouncey.
Yeah, one alternate we had was Pouncey.
Yeah.
But our defense, we went three and two.
Two tackles, an edge rusher, 3 linebackers, 4 corners, 3 safeties. And then we did special teams, which were good too. So our defensive ends, we did 3 of them. We did J.J. Watt, Julius Peppers. Why couldn't I think of Julius?
I don't
Julius
know.
Peppers and
The
Khalil
guy
Mack.
who put him on the list too.
All of them great defensive
Yeah.
ends. J.J. Watt, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Julius Peppers is in top 10 all-time sacks. Khalil Mack is a monster on the field, both as a defensive end and a linebacker. He does a little bit both.
That's what Julius Peppers was before Matt got in the NFL too.
Yeah.
Julius Peppers kind of revolutionized that. It's kind of cool.
Next up for our defensive tackles, again, really smoothly. Aaron Donald's our first one.
Obviously.
An amazing defensive tackle.
Yeah.
By the end of his career, I think I can see him being one of the greatest of all time.
I think he
definitely.
will be the greatest of all time.
Our second one is another defensive tackle. Doesn't necessarily get as much love as Aaron Donald, but Fletcher Cox.
Yep.
Fletcher Cox.
Fletcher Cox is easily the best. It's crazy that the two best defense tackles this decade are playing are playing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played in the last few years.
Our edge rusher leads the league that in the 2010s in sacks and Von Miller.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have to go deep into Von Miller. We
No.
know how great he is.
Our first linebacker led the league in tackles.
2013 Defensive Player of the Year, right?
Yeah.
Luke Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly pretty much leads the league in tackles every year.
Yeah.
If him or Bobby Wagner usually.
Yeah.
Who's
And
it?
Bobby's our
Blake
second.
Martinez had a couple of years where he led the league in tackles.
He's
We're
just
not
top five.
talking about Blake Martinez.
Anyway, our second guy is Bobby
Bobby
Wagner. And then our third guy is a not as loved linebacker, not as talked about celebrated linebacker as Chandler Jones.
Chandler
We're giving
Jones.
him love on this podcast.
Yeah, we love him.
We
We
got
do.
him. I think he's great. I
got
wish he would've
beat out
sacked Jared
the
Goff's
last
ass 5
week
times.
of this season for
Yeah.
leading the leagues in sacks.
Yeah, no, I wish he would have sacked Jared Goff's ass 5 times.
That would have
It
been
would
nice.
he would
but
only needed 4,
Well, either way.
he wants to
Yeah.
break the record.
but he would have broken it by half
Oh.
sack.
Okay.
Well, still, I want it to happen. The
So
one time the Rams actually played good pisses me off.
so our cornerbacks, this would be fucking scary if I was playing against these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know about Revis currently though.
Well,
Okay, but
Revis
in their prime.
Dro-
Revis is a top 5 DB all time. Don't
Yeah.
at me.
Draw
He
Revis. Revis
Okay, good
Island was insane. Next up we have Richard Sherman, who's still playing good on the Niners.
Led the league
In
in
interceptions.
interceptions in the decade.
But he actually played with one of our safeties who's coming up. But next we have Patrick Peterson. I mean,
Yeah, really good.
He's-
Pat Pete.
really, really good. And then our last one is Chris Harris Jr.,
Yeah.
an undrafted guy coming out in 2011. He's led the Broncos to a pair of Super Bowls.
Yeah, great
Still young,
cornerback.
Great cornerback. So our 3 safeties,
This is odd.
we had Earl Thomas as our first safety.
Yo.
Eric Weddle's our second one. And
Yup.
Harrison Smith is our third one.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honorable mention, Eric Berry.
yeah. It was between Harrison Smith and Eric.
If Eric Berry could have played more so far this last decade, I think
Yeah, I think
he could have been higher, but just because of his situation with the cancer and the injuries and stuff, he sadly missed a lot of time.
Next, we'll go to our
Special team head
teams.
coach.
Yep. We'll start out with our punt returner, Deshaun Jackson.
I mean,
He was the only
Miracle
one
in the
that was
Meadowlands.
partially debated. The rest of these we just kind of all
Yeah.
agreed on.
Devin Hester.
yeah.
Kicker, Justin Tucker, most accurate, best kicker in the league has ever seen and ever will see probably. And then our punter, the greatest of all time, Mr. Patrick McAfee. So good.
We did 3 coaches, and I think, do you guys change the last one?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, so we had 3 coaches. First one, Bill Belichick.
Obviously.
Next one, we have Sean Payton.
Yo.
And then our third one was Mike Tomlin.
We gave the edge to Mike Tomlin over Pete Carroll
It was
for the
close.
sole fact you run the damn ball at the 1 yard line
Yeah.
with Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
If he would have ran the ball in and gotten that touchdown, Pete Carroll would be on this list right now. Just saying.
Sorry, Pete.
And Tom Brady might have not been on this list.
No, he probably still.
No,
Nah, because then he'd win 3 instead of 4, but it'd still be
Yeah,
the
but
most in this
then
decade.
the Patriots would only have 5 Super Bowls.
Oh, stop playing about 5 fucking Super Bowls.
Only
Then
a
Tom Brady
handful
would
of
only have a ring on each finger instead
Fuck
of
you,
ring
Brendan.
on multiple hands.
Wow.
So to end this week, like we used to end every single week, is Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
And as this is the new decade, we are doing our favorite sports moments of the decade.
For me, I'll start it because I'm first on the list. For me, I just chose mine as like the things that really stuck out to me in the 2010s. Like that made me realize this is why I watch sports. You know, my first one is the block. LeBron James block in Game 6
sir.
of the NBA Finals, the 3-1 comeback. That block changed the course of NBA history. Don't at me. That
Yeah, I
block
agree.
was incredible. I remember watching it and I was thrilled.
I
felt
was
so happy for
so-
LeBron.
You guys know how much I love LeBron. I was so unbelievably hyped at that play. I'll get to because I had the same ones. I'll get to my thing in a second. But
Yeah, LeBron James. It showed LeBron James was chasing greatness at that moment, and he fulfilled what he needed to win that championship.
filled the prophecy.
He really did. That block is that will go down. That's why I put it on my list. Next one is the Minneapolis Miracle. Obviously, I'm a Vikings fan. That was incredible. I mean, that was just incredible. Hopefully, it can happen again. Probably won't though.
Hey, that'd be cool.
My next one is, they mentioned it earlier, was Derrick Rose's 50-point game. Obviously, as a Timberwolves fan, that was just really cool. Because I rooted for Derrick Rose, even when he was hurt on the Bulls and stuff. After the MVP, I always wanted him to come to Minnesota because I thought that would be a good place for him to kind of revitalize his career, and he did. Dropped 50 points on Halloween. That was incredible. I owned the jersey, I don't own the game jersey, but I do own a Derrick Rose jersey from when he dropped 50 points. Then my last one might be surprising to most people. Tom Brady's 6th ring. This is my reason. Is obviously Duncan could probably take note of this. I fucking hated Tom Brady before the 6th ring.
I still hate Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, I would always argue Peyton Manning was better than Tom Brady.
It's just a respect thing.
But the moment Tom Brady won the 6th ring, I was like, you can't dispute it. He's the greatest quarterback in Super Bowl era history. You know, probably will go down as the greatest quarterback of all time. So Brady's 6th ring really made me realize, shit, Tom Brady is the GOAT of the GOATs. Like, he deserves to be up there with the best of the best. So, yeah.
So I'm gonna go next. My phone's about to die. Now we're going out of order.
Okay.
So mine are obviously biased because I'm a Packers fan, just like his are biased. Starting the decade right, Packers winning, Aaron Rodgers winning their first Super Bowl against the Steelers that's right when I started to get into football, and I remember as one of the first Super Bowls I ever watched, and I loved it. My next one is kind of related to your LeBron James one. It's the Cavs come back from the 3-1 deficit to win that. My fourth one is Michael Phelps winning the 7 Olympic medals. Just at this last one, but just in general, becoming one of the most decorated Olympians of all time here in this last decade, obviously as a swimmer and amazing. And the last one is one of my favorite plays of all time to watch. I've never been more excited and more hyped after a play, and that was the Miracle in the Motown, Aaron Rodgers' birthday. He rolling around, 0 seconds left against the Lions. He heaves up ball 70 yards down the field, as high and as far as you could throw a football. Rodgers to Rodgers. It was play of the year. It was. I jumped out of my seat. I was screaming. It was amazing.
Alrighty. I'll go next. I'm actually changing this list again. I've changed it a couple times. So I got the Broncos winning the Super Bowl in 2016. It was great. Broncos won the Super Bowl. Broncos are my favorite team, obviously. Cubs winning the World Series. I was in a I was in a college class at the time, and my college professor, huge Broncos fan, huge Cubs fan. I don't know why. He gave us the class off after they won because I was like, oh my god.
Why it's on your list?
No, and I was like, wow. And the fact that they hadn't won it in like
106 years.
and they won it, that was really cool. Next is the Tim Tebow comeback win over the Steelers.
That was pretty fucking awesome.
And then my last one is Brock Lesnar defeating the Streak at WrestleMania 30. It was a
Ooh.
huge
Bring it.
moment in wrestling history.
I
pro wrestling
wanted
history.
to put that because I actually remember watching that.
I remember
I do too. I'll
exactly
never
where I
forget
was
it.
and what I was doing when that happened. I was so shocked.
I wanted to put the Shawn Michaels retirement match on there as well, but I thought that this one was a lot bigger.
Yes,
Yes,
agreed.
I agree.
So I have the Blackhawks triple overtime to beat the Boston Bruins in 2013. By the way, number one hockey team of the decade is the 2015 Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah, which is fair because
beating
that team's
out the
insanely good.
2013 Chicago Blackhawks. Blackhawks are probably easily like
They're the dynasty
NHL
of this
team of the
decade.
decade. But that's besides the point.
It's weird how
Then I
everyone
have
likes teams that are
Tom Brady's
good team.
Tom Brady's ultimate
Crazy.
comeback, 28-3 against the Falcons.
I was so sad to remember David Tyree's helmet catches 08. I want to put that on here so bad.
Nope, can't.
I can't.
Yeah. What's biased, guys? The first two are my favorite teams. The number 3 is also the Cubs World Series win. I literally said when the Cubs went into the playoffs that year, if the Cubs win the World Series, I'm going to follow baseball again. Because I was a Cubs fan, was really into baseball, dropped off, got back into it. And then the last one I put is the U.S. women's national team winning 2 back-to-back cups.
Yeah,
I was so
dominating
close.
fashion.
I was so close putting that on there.
It wasn't even that they won. They kicked the ever living shit out of every team that they played.
Well, I mean, this last one they allowed like 2 goals the whole
all World
run.
Cup. That run that we saw by the women's national team will never be seen again.
No.
Not even by the It's crazy. Actually, it might be because literally the women's national team carried the 2 best teams in the world. Their starters and their backups. They're that good.
Yeah.
They're ridiculously good. So, is it my turn?
Yeah, take us home, Noah.
All right. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do. So some of them are the same. The Minneapolis Miracle I had to put on because that's just an insane play. It was just awesome. I remember watching it. Okay, I'm just gonna go on a little bit of a personal thing here. Number 2 is the block. Guys, I love LeBron. Everyone who knows me knows I love LeBron. I was so incredibly hyped for LeBron because that was his legacy moment. Literally, like you said, he was chasing history and he just took it and just grabbed it.
100%.
Kyrie saved the... No, Kyrie didn't do shit. He just happened to hit the game-winning shot. Okay? LeBron carried him in that series, down 3-1 against the greatest basketball team ever in terms of record.
Yeah.
And, okay, so I'm an emotional sports fan. I am. So, like, when LeBron started crying, I actually almost started crying, too. Because I was just so incredibly happy for him. Because I knew this was going to be the one thing that he could hold on to, that I could hold on to, that would make him... This is why he's the GOAT. This is why. Number 2, I had David Freese. He had a huge 2011 World Series in Game 6. I'll take it back. The Rangers were up by 2. With 2 outs, full count. David Freese with the runner on first and second. Hit a deep shot to right center field. Hit the wall. Tied the game. And then in the 11th inning, hit the game-winning home run. That's just one of the most iconic playoff performances in MLB history. One of the most iconic games. I remember staying up to watch that game. I got in trouble with my mom, but it was so worth it. And then the last one, we're going international with this one. So this you guys probably don't know about this, but it was a big moment when it happened. Not even just in soccer, but in the world of sports. Leicester City winning the Premier League with 5,000 to 1 odds to win the championship, which is insane. They beat out teams like Manchester City, Man United, Liverpool. Beat out all these really good teams to win the Premier League, a run that has never been seen up to that point, and honestly may never be seen again because the Premier League is probably the best soccer league on the planet. Not probably, it is. And the fact that they were able to beat all those teams out was insane. Honorable mentions go to Tom Brady, solidifying his GOAT status with 23 comeback. So
Honorable mention, after the Eagles Super Bowl when that guy ate horse poop off the street. That was pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
that happened?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'll show you the video.
I don't know.
That wraps up for this week, though.
Yeah, next week, I don't know what we'll be doing. But
To
tune
the
in. You'll have
podcast.
to keep tuning in. Remember, 500 followers. And
Go Old Spice car.
Pat McAfee, we already shouted him out. Brendan isn't here to end the show, so we'll see you next week. I'm Duncan.
I'm Ethan.
Oh, I'm Noah.
And I'm Ben.
We'll see you next week. Bye.